Curling Day in Canada in Melfort, Saskatchewan. They are hosting, but we're in Calgary and in its championship weekend here at the Scotties.
We've reached the Page playoffs here in Calgary. The 4 best teams remain. All, of course, want to stand next to the trophy on Sunday. The rookie skip has come to play. Selena Sturmey and Alberta have been a surprise at Winsport. It was an up and down week for Kate Cameron in Manitoba. However, they have found their groove at the perfect time. So who will keep their Scotties dream alive? It is the 3-4 game next.
For the 11th time, the province of Alberta will crown a Canadian women's curling champ. Winsport Arena, just west of downtown Calgary, about a 20-minute drive. The fans are coming in, and it is a wonderful matchup. The host, Alberta, is here taking on Manitoba. Coming inside the building, as always, glad you're watching our coverage on TSN. Kate Cameron has grinded to make it this far. Remember, she was in the bubble back in 2021, representing Alberta at that time, winning the bronze medal. Meantime, Selena Sturmey out of Alberta this year. What a story. Trying to become the first rookie skip to win the Scotties since Allison Goring back in 1990. If you want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. And what a story it was yesterday. Manitoba, Kate Cameron taking on the 4-time defending champion in Carrie Anderson. This was in 6. Kate Cameron, who said she's so proud to be back in Manitoba, skipping here, by the way, for the first time at the Scotties. What touch, little tap, roll it over, top 4, shot stone, and they put the pressure on Anderson. That 4 consecutive championship run, it came down to this. Final stone at 10, has to make a tough double, and she couldn't make the thin double. Goes right through. The rain is over. We will have a brand new Team Canada here in Calgary. But take a bow, young lady. What an incredible run of curling it was for Team Anderson. Other highlight, other game, Manitoba. Caitlin Laws got in to this position from her last stone draw all week long, but Selena Sturmey would not be denied. Bang, basically just runs her out of rock. She really controlled that game. And Sturmey, Team Alberta, they're gonna have around 200 family and friends in the
Two late round-robin games to clinch the 3rd spot. Must win against Anderson. It's all coming together.
It really is. It wasn't early, though, that's for sure. And it's a crazy sport, and it's all about confidence. Kate Cameron, first time skipping, you have to give her a pass. She does what everybody else does. It's scary. She looks scared. Barely scraped by Yukon in draw 2. 58% in draw 3, and you're thinking, you know, load the car up. From that point on, she got more comfortable like a lot of curlers do. 88%, their best effort all week against Team Canada, did what no other team's done in 4 years, knocked them out.
Now you come to Sturmey, first time here. You would think nerves, well, not many. Hasn't shown much, playing much more like a veteran.
I'm beyond impressed with this team, Vic. They are such a quick study. They started the week, didn't look super comfortable out there with the crowd on their side. They have embraced it fully. And you look at this team, they played against Jones, they struggled with draw weight, struggled with rock placement. 2 hours later, they're back on the ice, and they were a different team. Made about a dozen finesse weight hit and rolls, absolutely perfect. They'll need that quick study, that quick learning tonight.
And they're not afraid of rocks in play. And it was that soft game that got them through yesterday. 3-4 Page playoff when we do come back to Calgary.
Might hit the back ones.
Oh, fancy.
1-2, lovely double on the board. Selena Sturmey, 1-2, big double for the Alberta skipper.
Well, this is to keep them in it. Okay, here you go. One across. Sit down. Oh, that's a great shot. That is a pressure shot by Kate Cameron.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Home Hardware. Here's how. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires. Growing together.
Well, it's another must-win for these teams if they hope to advance and keep their Scotties chances alive. So it's time to meet the teams now. It's all brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Out of Manitoba and the Granite Curling Club in Winnipeg, the skip is Kate Cameron, backed up by Mackenzie Elias. Kelsey Rock now the second, and Megan Walter with a Taylor McDonald normally throwing second stones on the bench. Team Sturmey, they hail from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, skipped by 25-year-old Selena Sturmey with Paige Papley, Desiree Haas, and Danielle Schmiemann. Sturmey went 7-1 in round robin. Cameron went 5-3. So by virtue of that, better record, they get the choice. They've elected to play the Yellowstones, similar stones to last night. They also have the last rock. So to get us underway, 3-4 page playoff, Scotties from Calgary. This is Mackenzie Elias.
Yeah, back 4. That's gotta sit.
Running, really running.
Back 8. Back 12.
He's trying.
No, we're all there right
Needs
now.
to try more. 3-5. Good, Kent.
That's fine.
Good.
All right, interesting start. The thing about this team, Sturmey team, is they are quite prepared to go at you right away. Had that been a center guard, they would have gone around. But now deep, they'll still come after you.
Well, you're absolutely right. Therefore, I thought we might see a corner guard because that one's really not too dangerous for Team Alberta. And I imagine they've talked it over, and let's get an end in our belt. It's, you know, biggest game for all these players ever.
Nice call.
All right, let's take a look at the keys to the game. We will start with Kate Cameron.
Well, such a big game. Hit and stay. It sounds awfully simple. You talk about it all the time, but Team Sturmey leaves so many rocks in play against any team they played all week. That could lead to a big score for Cameron. And bail early. Alberta, again, wants rocks all over the place. They want to complicate the ends. Leave yourself some room.
Whoa, 10. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Clean. Clean. Nice throw, Kens.
Nice, Kens.
9-9.
Nice.
Exchange of stones. Keys now for Selena Sturmey.
Yeah, for Team Alberta, finesse is best. They won their game yesterday against Caitlin Laws because they were so good at those lightweight hit and rolls. They never really had a chance to get anything going. And you can do it. 3 out of 4 of the players on this team played in the University of Alberta curling program, in the U Sports. They had a really good training program, covered all aspects, strategy, mental toughness, physical, everything. They're ready for this moment.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. Yeah, it's a factory. It's a curling factory, University of Alberta. And there are others across the country. You'll see lots of University of Manitoba, and particularly down in southern Ontario, Laurier for many years produced some top teams.
These programs, they offer a comprehensive training program, so it's not just throwing rocks up and down the sheet. They give these young athletes the tools that they'll need to be successful later on, and we're seeing so many of them come through at the Scotties.
So Desiree Haas throws the second stones for this Alberta team out of Edmonton, the only player on the team with previous Scotties experience, twice representing British Columbia with Corinne Brown.
Close. Line's good. T. Curling a little bit earlier
Don't
than
want to. We're back 8. Back 8. Back 4. It's not coming off much. Back 8.
lots.
It's fast
14.
again, Joanne.
Yeah, we're okay. We're just back 8. Just back 8. It's good.
Finally settles, back 8. Once again, here's Brian.
Vic, we all love our curling trivia, right? And so does Selena Sturmey. We chatted before this game, and I asked her, do you know the last time a rookie skip won the Scotties? She smirked and says, I sure do. It was 1990. She's so excited for this opportunity, and I asked her, how would you describe your run for Alberta to this point? And she said, we're not surprised. We believe in ourselves. We're a good team. We work hard. We're not surprised to be in this position, even though a lot of people may not know about us. Plus, she said about 200 family and friends in the building, so good support there. Also chatting with Kate Cameron. Remember, didn't have Megan Walter for that one game, and I asked her, Megan means what to you? She said everything. Remember back on Thursday on her birthday, by the way, she was sick. She's returned. It's been must win since Thursday, and Kate said the energy's good, the confidence is very high, and it felt pretty nice beating Carrie Anderson because it was Anderson who knocked her off in the bubble when she was with Laura Walker as Team Alberta. So an exciting matchup today, Vic.
Back 4.
In 2005, it was Stephanie Lawton against Jen Hanna the last time two rookie skips met. Yeah, that 1980 was all Ontario. Ed Wernick won that year, and so did Alison Goring. And the Worlds were in Västerås, Sweden. Yeah.
How does he do it?
Don't ask what day it is.
Encyclopedia
Though.
over here.
Yeah, what'd you have for breakfast, Vic?
That's too long ago.
9-5. Clean. 9-5. Clean. Yep. Weight's good. Whoa. Easy. Easy. Yep. Clean. Good.
Good.
Nice weight. Nice throw.
9-7.
Would you have at all ignored that stone back 8, the first one that went deep, Joe?
They certainly could have. It sounded like if they had the opportunity to blank, they would take it. And if the team maybe a little bit more comfortable, maybe midweek, would have wanted to get that corner guard up, you would have seen that happen. 'Cause that stone was not risky, not dangerous by any means. But sometimes teams, if they say, hey, if they want to run it up and down the sheet, we're happy to settle in.
And that's one of the adjustments you referred to. And Russ, with somebody like Schmiemann, this team, they did not perform in that qualifier against Jones. And now they've made the adjustments.
Right. And it's like we talked about in the opening with Kate Cameron. It took a while as a rookie skip to figure things out and get comfortable. Same thing with Sturmey. You're playing your first playoff game against the great Jennifer Jones. They did not play that well, but now they've had a practice run at that, and that's why they played so well in the next game. It's you can't bottle that experience.
And their record 7-1 in round robin. And 1-1
Clean.
after that.
Weight's good. Curl. Weight's good. Curl.
For me, what's remarkable about this Alberta team is the confidence. A lot of teams, you come out and you underperform under pressure on an elimination day. You might see them spiral and really start to reach for it. You see them doubting themselves, and all of a sudden there's throws that aren't the cleanest, or there's some panic there. But they were so calm and just very in the moment and process oriented, and just, okay, how are we going to solve this next puzzle? And I thought it was really clinical last night.
It really was, because once they're up a few, you tend to want to start throwing rockets all over the place and kill the enemy rocks. They kept that controlled weight and really put Caitlin Laws under a lot of heat.
It's the 7th Scotties appearance for Kate Cameron, and the story, of course, first time skipping since back in 2014.
10. Clean. 9, 8, 10.
It's been the, as they say, the hired gun for many skips. Like
Little big.
a year ago,
Little
Casey
big.
Scheidegger, and
9, 8. Nice.
before that, a
Okay,
silver
okay.
medal with Michelle Inglot back in 17.
Good weight. Good.
Yeah, and I played against Kate in a Scotties final in 2017 when
Love
she was
that line.
playing
Good.
third. And
Yeah,
what I
I said
couldn't
that.
believe was just how well she played. She was so intense, so fiery that game. And something that I noticed in watching that game back was Michelle Englot very, very calm. So Kate would be fiery and intense, then Michelle very, very calm. And I've heard from this team, Cameron, that now that Kate's firing, she's looking like herself when she used to play third with that intensity. They have to make sure that they manage her and slow her down when she gets caught up in the moment. It's a great quality she has, but they just have to make sure they manage it when the pressure's on.
That'll be the responsibility of Megan Walter. You want to dial her back. There just were times she looked jumpy.
Yeah. And you know, we've all been at our first Scotties or Briar, and everybody's jumpy. It's even whoever loses this game, it's just been an unbelievable learning curve for both of them.
Well, a learning curve really for this Cameron team the entire season. They played a lot
roll her hair, but
with the intent of getting to know each other, and 13 events. It didn't go well early. They didn't qualify, what, in 7 of them?
7 of them, Beck.
And so then, of course, to lose your second in Taylor McDonald, and then call on that lady on the left, Kelsey Rock, to fill in, it's now just coming together, as I say, for her at just the right moment.
Same weight. Same weight.
Clean.
Yeah. Whoa. 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 Yep. Whoa. 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 Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Roll.
roll your weight, Kels.
Clean.
Roll
You're
your weight,
good.
Kels.
And rolls it to a new spot.
10-4.
Good there.
Perfect.
10-4. Nice. You got it.
I thought I'd give you a little more, but I guess not.
No, I got 10-2 in mine.
Okay. Good.
I talked about the 58% game Kate had, and she probably isn't happy that I talked about it. But
Yeah, I threw this right
you
up
can see the
center and back
confidence
into
now
the
when you're firing on all cylinders. All of a
the
sudden,
has
maybe
less
you're
when I
not
do it,
that
but-
nervous.
Elias Rock, the front end of this team from the Granite in Winnipeg, as Selena Sturmey now looks for the blank. Played the hole in for the blank.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Papley.
Hard.
Oh, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up. Oh, and it's going to hang around. So unforced error to start for Alberta, and Sturmey forced to take a single. It's the 3-4 Page Playoff. Winsport Event Center, Canada Olympic Park on this Saturday.
Yep.
Oh boy, that's the unforced error in tennis, isn't it? Putting it into the net when it should have been a easy forehand down the line. So it's a force. Alberta taking one. And here in the second, Manitoba with Last Rock playing the Redstones. I mean, it's in the first, and we often say if you're going to make mistakes, make them early. Is it something to be concerned about if we're Sturmey?
I don't think so. I think she would have debriefed how she threw that rock. We saw out turns just off the center line run really, really straight yesterday. So as the thrower, I would be thinking, okay, I don't want to give away the rock. I bet the sweeper can back it up. And maybe she just caught it a little at the end. So nothing to panic about.
And absolutely the way to miss it.
Yeah, you ever floated a hair and flash it? That's an even bigger unforced error.
Why do you look so concerned?
Yeah.
10.
Yep.
Okay. Speed's nice and faster.
This is tighter line.
I'm a little surprised Kate didn't throw a corner guard. The Alberta Stone was just back button, back 4. Being behind the tee line, you're a little less concerned about that if you're Team Manitoba. If it would have been top button, sometimes you see them hit and roll to the wing, play a delayed corner.
9-5. Yup. 9-8. Nice calls. 9-8.
That's great.
Kate, which turn do you want?
It's a real strategic nightmare as a skip. Are you sending maybe a message that okay, Alberta, I'm going to beat you 1-0, you better, or are you a little scared in Kate Cameron by not wanting to? Like, I haven't figured it out yet. If she throws the corner, I feel like they're ready to go, but looks like they aren't.
Alberta had a few free draws in that first end with Manitoba rollouts. Manitoba didn't get to throw any of those free draws. Heard yesterday it was really quick, so the kick speed, some teams time from backline to hogline, and then also from hogline to hogline, so that kick speed, the body speed would have been what a 15 was earlier in the week, and it was actually timing in that low 14 range, so it's running fast.
It's a great sliding surface.
I'm a little surprised here, Russ, to be honest with you. I thought Manitoba getting that last rock back would have, despite where that stone ended up, the first one by Sturmey, they would have maybe been a little more aggressive.
Or throw the delayed corner, hit it, get it off the back of the forefoot and roll somewhere, then throw one up. Yeah, I'm a little surprised too.
That might have been the plan. They ended up nosing.
Yeah,
so if they would have made the roll, maybe we would have seen that corner.
Right. For the newer curlers out there, the delayed corner is just a wonderful piece of strategy. The opponent throws the first one in. If it's in a real dangerous spot, just throw soft weight, hit and roll somewhere. They'll probably hit it. Now it's out of the danger area, then throw your corner guard, and it cannot be removed because of the 5-rock rule.
Stop 4. Line's good. All you. Holding pretty good on this line.
Yeah, the only time you don't love that strategy is if that hit and roll isn't made.
Top 4. T. It's good. Nice and now.
That's 14-8 to top 4, just dusted. Really nice quick surface again today.
And still lots of finish. Mike Merkler and crew, hats off. Done a great job. What they've, counting before the event, Vic, they've dusted the rocks 3 times.
10.
It's a lot of work.
Yep. 10-2. 10-2.
So meaning they just take the stones, pay a little sandpaper on the bottom, just try to give them a little bit more bite.
Whoa. 10.
And just think about the act of lifting each stone that many times. I mean, these things aren't light. They're over 40 pounds.
A little bit of moisture in the air outside, Vic.
Yeah, which would probably help him a little bit. I'm surprised he's not laying down instead of just barely sitting up. They work hard. Morning, evenings late, practices. It's compliments and thanks to Mike Merklinger and the ice crew.
Straight up. Hard curl. Keep going.
Good. 10-4. Came off of her.
Well, he is a very happy coach, Ted Appelman. The bounce back for him, he said, was wonderful. And to your point, Joe, they debriefed after that poor game. They responded. It was, in his estimation, the soft game. That's what got them through against Caitlin Laws. getting those stones to the top 8. And then when Laws couldn't make it, they'd roll off. They'd throw another one. And they were really dialed in when it came to their draw weight. And then at the other end, they have no coach, but Taylor McDonald is on the bench and watching it from a different perspective. They got Kelsey Rock right after the Manitoba final. She played for Beth Peterson in the Scotties in Manitoba. Call went out. And again, it's because of the familiarity that they have with her, and she has fit in. But it forces you to adjust. Somebody like Mackenzie Elias, you would have had McDonald be the more vocal and chatty Cathy. There, Gautier's not here, so but it's her now that's taken on that role, right?
Yeah, and every sweeping tandem has a little bit of a different dynamic, and that can take years to build. It's sometimes one always wants to sweep, one doesn't. Sometimes that can change even mid-game, and it's a real art to figuring out how you're going to manage each other. And hats off to Mackenzie for stepping up and moving into that role. As much as it's impressive that Kelsey's snuck onto this team, it's the other players also filling in for where Taylor would have brought aspects of the team.
Exactly.
And for Rock particularly, who's been a skip most of her life, it's this brushing, boy. She has a newfound respect for the front ends.
That brushing can't be that hard, is it?
At this point in the week, it feels like the event started a month ago, Russ. Everything hurts.
You know that Cathy Gauthier has gone home, and she's sitting on the couch right now and just throwing things at the TV.
I remember my first Scotties after sweeping through the marathon. It hurt to grip things with my hands by the end of it because you're squeezing your broom and putting all that downward pressure all week.
Whoa, not too much. Just clean.
Good. 9-7. Okay.
Good.
9-7. Probably throw like a 10 just to
Try
get
to
in.
center.
Yeah.
Talk about this Alberta team adjusting to being the hometown, the favorites from the crowd. This is also a different environment today. There were 2 sheets on the ice for both games yesterday. Now they're the only sheet.
Yeah.
You're so aware every single person in this building is watching you and cheering for you.
Yeah, it's the focus, obviously. As Brian mentioned, several hundred different family here over the course of time, and lots of tickets have been bought.
What always got to me, Vic, in these single sheet things is there's a constant murmur until you clean the rock off, and the place goes silent. It's like, It takes a while to get used to it.
We saw Selena, though, for the first time, for us anyway, and we've said that the way she plays on tour, all the curlers knew her. We saw her at the PointsBet a year ago. She made the Elite
Minimum
8.
at anywhere high.
Yeah. Got it.
It's minimum.
Yeah. We can back it up here.
Yeah, anywhere high works.
So anywhere on that side, she should be able to obviously spill the shooter and get that stone across the rings. Looking for the blank here in 2.
Fairly tight ice here, but Kate throws it hard, and the Manitoba talk, there's always that little bit of an outward motion that's just so predictable.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes! Hard!
Yep. Hard.
Hard.
Elias
Kels, you're good.
with it,
Good.
and away it goes. 7th blank for Cameron.
Sorry.
Only Jennifer Jones had more.
Yeah, it's because I can't yell that loud.
Yeah. We're usually on the same page. Yeah, about many.
Paige Papley throws the lead stones for Selena Sturmey out of Edmonton, and here we go. After the blank, Manitoba, Cameron once again has the hammer playing the red stones. The just off center guard went up. Around goes Cameron to the tee line 4, and now Papley trying to follow her down.
Take that. Or you go one more. I don't hate one more.
4
Just
sheets
'cause it's
usually
on
in
the
play.
tee line.
That's what
Okay.
it
Is
was
light
during
okay?
the round
Yeah,
robin. Now down just to the 1.
Okay, top 12's all right.
Your last one was a 4-3.
I think you can give me a hair more, Kens.
Just a hair light on that outturn freeze and
Yep.
curling over into the center where it can't be totally broken down yet, the pebble. But a very usable stone for Alberta.
Line's better.
Yeah, you're ever heavy there, you chop, you roll off. It's as if you didn't throw.
Close. You're wider.
Got a hair less.
You're wider.
Yeah, we're
Keep
just
going.
top 4.
Okay.
You talked about going to the wing
Let it curl
and
right
sitting
now.
2 that way.
Line's great.
We're to it.
To it.
Curl,
It's a good
Meg.
call, but
Curl,
would have left this
curl,
draw available
curl,
for
float over.
Alberta.
Go! Go! Lock it on, lock it on. Go, 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 go. Good. Nice shot.
Boy, they'll
4-8.
suck it in to get the top 8.
3 choices here. You could
12-5.
angle, raise your own
Okay. Is that great?
yellow,
Yeah. I like
sit
it.
one buried. You can play the
God, it does.
big
That's
weight
nice.
double across the face. But I think they're picking option 3. We just hit and stay to get rid of one of them. Tricky to stay.
Down.
Desiree Haas
12-5. Whoa. Whoa. Close.
She's also out of a youth sport program. Thompson Rivers
Curl.
University
Hard.
won a
Curl.
silver medal. That's a great training ground for the universities now. Angles it back. We'll get rid of 1, but pushes shot rock under cover, top of the button.
Nose is
This is what we saw yesterday. We've seen it all week,
Nose
actually.
is okay.
I mentioned tricky to stay. They made it look easy because they threw the exact right speed. Good shot, Joe.
Never going to get rid of the 2 of them, are you, Joe?
I mean, you could have played peel weight at it and spilled them both that way, but really important to remove 1. You needed that light weight to stay, but also didn't want to leave
10.
an opposition with hammer having that rock in the back 12 foot.
10. Yes.
Kelsey Rock.
Whoa. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. 10. We're 10. Yes. 10. Yes. Hard. Never roll, Meg. Never roll. Never roll.
Walter.
Great. Nice shot.
Oh, wow. Nothing wrong with their soft game so far. And on this curling day in Canada, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Lindsay Hamilton, Bob Weeks from Melfort, Saskatchewan. I think Saskatoon there, as you look slightly left up there. If you're Prince Albert, you look slightly right. And where those 2 looks converge, that's Melfort. 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
A little more weight.
Clean. Yep.
Weight's good.
Yep.
A little more weight.
Hard.
Hard. 11-8.
Paige Papley
Hard. 11-8.
trying to hold this up here. Outside edge. Oh, where's that going to roll? So they've got a little bit of control around the edge of the 8.
Maybe we just make this. There it is.
I only have the small half.
You don't even need half.
Okay.
I don't mind playing at the other one, but
It's just
I
this
don't mind
goes
that
right
one,
beside
yeah.
it. And I don't want to leave them something. I think we need to do this, and we can still blank too.
Okay.
great. You got it, Kels.
Well thought out. If you make the
Fair.
double hitting the right-hand side rock
Fair.
first,
You like
you're going to
that?
group
You
your
need her.
stones.
Yep.
You need right here.
Okay.
This is the harder shot, though.
Yeah, should run right
I think
away.
you're going to
see
get some
through it.
movement over the line.
We're watching a lot of sheet C lately. This is sheet B.
Firm as
And
eight, right?
C, it ran really straight, but we watched Alberta hit the blank dead on in a similar spot. There might be a bit of curl here.
Yep. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Wow. Whoa. Close. Close. Yep. Yes. Yes.
What do you got? 1, 2, kick it, kick it, kick it. There it goes.
Could not throw that any better.
I don't think it'll do anything.
Just take the blanket. I like that.
Close. Close. Yep. Yes. Yes.
Really nicely managed by Kate. First time seeing that spot for her team. You know your opposition over curled there in the first end. Just got a good read off the throw.
And and somebody will say, "Well, yeah, but you left the double," but it still has to be made.
Yep.
How many times you see this breeze by or jam?
Hard.
Danielle Schmiemann.
Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And we'll drive it by. Again, going back, as curling teams evolve, you've got Schmiemann and Rock, and they won that World Junior
11?
together back in 15. So you've got the good friends, Canadian World Junior champions, playing against each other.
Yeah, that's crazy. Might have been a hair narrow on release, Joanne, but I think you could have held it on sheet C.
Yep.
Yeah, it was hard out of the hand, but it didn't curl like crazy, so it's probably just straight tight.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Megan Walter.
Whoa, curl. Curl.
Can you get across the nose and
No roll, no roll.
scoot it by? Sure enough, and underneath too.
Nice
Peeks
curl.
out though on that intern side.
Okay. Probably want to go directly behind the red. Okay. Hack.
They wanted to over-roll, if anything, and not leave a double back for Alberta.
Okay, but you want to roll Russ in behind that red?
Yeah, that's the best option. The red double would work, but that's really tough when you're rolling out. This is what this team does well, is they hang around, soft weight, roll it somewhere, make the other team earn it. If you could roll right behind the top red, I don't think there's a raise.
Clean. We're a hair big. Yep.
If you can roll that far, I don't know whether the guard will let you do that.
Papley right.
Close. Curl.
Haas
11-5.
left.
Curl. Hard does cross center. Curl, curl.
A little hot out of the
Hard
hand,
does.
they said.
Hard does. Hard.
Oh, nothing there.
11-9.
Just couldn't get it across, and maybe just that little difference in weight.
Good skipping.
10-5. Sure.
Got 11-4 on your last.
Okay.
Looking to hit and roll away to the right-hand side of the screen, as you see it there. If you nose, you're going to leave Alberta that same roll, so create some separation here.
11.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
10 and a half.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Ah.
Close.
We're down. Kels.
Close.
We're 11.
Kels, you gotta get to the line. You gotta get to the line. Follow it. Sit, sit, sit,
Nice.
sit. Good, Meg. I got a 10-5. Knock down, 10-5.
Yeah. Hold your breath.
And that didn't snap, did it? Maybe
Seeing that, just stick for a second.
a hair heavy.
Oh, it was interesting. The sweepers yelled that it was down. It probably looked like it was down, but it timed 10-5 because the ice is running so fast right now. So that's Kate closing the loop.
And you think too that, I mean, Schmiemann's didn't come up for her either, same path, right? And maybe
Yes.
a little bit up.
Yes.
So Selena Sturmey becomes, the fresh face. Look at the Alberta skips who have made their debut at the Scotties since '94. Laura Walker, Scheidegger out of Lethbridge, now running their university program. Val Sweet, Kathy Borst, all the way back in '95. Can Sturmey possibly win Alberta's first championship since Chelsea Carey in 2019?
Got to be a little bit cautious here. Without last shot, you can't tick the guard.
Get up. Bump. Clean. Curl. 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 Whoa. Curl. 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 Curl.
Papley. Nothing right there on the nose. So shot rock for the moment. There's the critical stone, though, at the back edge of the 12.
Yeah.
I think similar.
Can
Yeah.
Cameron bring that into play?
Really good throw there. You didn't want to get any tighter to that guard.
No, I was about to say, if you roll out here, that's not the end of the world if your team
11?
Yeah, I think so too.
Alberta.
Hers was like an 11.
Yep. Just knows you guys.
Okay. Yeah, Kate.
Yeah.
You got it. Throw it good. Wait's good. 11.
Whoa.
Easy,
11.
Kels.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
11.
Close.
11-4.
Yep.
Whoa. Ken.
Close.
Clean. Clean. Kels. Wait's
Rock
good.
takes over.
Kels.
It's good. Good. Good.
Nice. Good shot.
Oh, 2 around the edge.
Nice. Good kick. Great spot. Good spot.
Yeah, good win.
You've got to go now, Joe, do you?
Well, you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
You could just concede the 2 here if your team Sturm A.
Shouldn't do anything for you. He's run the out?
Yeah.
This is a really good call, even though it's harder than hitting it dead on, because dead on, it's a free draw for 2. You can't roll into the ring. So the interesting thing about this is if Team Alberta gets this right, it's not that hard a shot. If you ever get the angle right, you might get it over there.
Any chance the shooter will spill too or not?
Not with this amount of speed. The angle might be there, Vic, if you threw like a hack weight, but they're going to throw so much more than that.
Whoa. Curl.
Selena Sturmey, her last.
Curl. Hard, guys. Hard.
Desiree Haas. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Time, buddy. You got it.
Just that little outward motion on that peel weight shot. Just ran the whole way down the sheet.
Caught the center line, and yep. Again, probably didn't need that kind of velocity.
You thought I was just giving you a big kick? Because I was in practice, you thought I was just giving you a big kick? I was like back 12 on both.
Yeah, just a hair less kick and same extension, and you'll be good.
I can probably give you 6 feet less kick. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
And this is one of those
can try
moments where
I think this is going to run
You'll
for a while.
hear
This is the gooder.
the
better
likes
side.
of Elias and Rock
Let
try
us know
to
when it
just
starts to curl.
I'm not
bring
sure it
her
will
back.
unless I help it.
Okay.
take
You got
that
Kate,
breath.
nice and
You have an opportunity now for 3.
Minimum
think you
arm
can hurt
cans.
it.
I think you got to go, you guys.
It's open.
Sorry.
It's in the paint. Just
I
put it
did
in the
not.
paint.
I did
For
not.
3.
Top 4.
I did not. It's going.
Elias.
We're fine, Keith.
We're okay.
Okay, line's fine.
Rock out in front. Take a breath.
4-9. Sorry, I thought I just choked it off on you.
It's just so
I
fast.
obviously gave you less kick.
You can put 3 on the board. Cameron takes advantage of some Sturmey mistakes. It's the 4th time that Calgary has hosted a Scotties, and all of it here at Winsport Event Center. Well, he's a 3-time Canadian. He's a world champion back in 2010. Nolan Thiessen, recently named the CEO of Curling Canada. He's with Brian.
Vic, thank you. And Nolan, thank you for your time. Obviously a great host. We're looking forward to a fantastic championship weekend here at the Scotties. Obviously you're running the show now. What have been some of the major challenges for you stepping into this position?
Well, I mean, I guess the first challenge is I'm still kind of heading up the events. I haven't quite backfilled my position yet, so I'm doing a bit of 2 jobs. But no, it's been great. There's been a lot of support, a lot of people excited that I got the role, and there's a lot of positive things happening in our sport.
I think the big one right off the top was Brianne Harris, Team Canada. We were told ineligible to compete at the Scotties. Why couldn't Curling Canada be more transparent?
We were as transparent as we could be. We were told that we were not, we got a call. She's ineligible to play, and that's it. That's all we could really do, right? So I felt for the team. I mean, full marks to them for how well they played, and Kristen stepping in, being a first-team All-Star. It was pretty amazing that they did that. So, but yeah, hopefully everything clears up. I know there's a lot of people that are wondering, and it'll all clear up soon.
A lot of wonderful storylines, including Jennifer Jones. We know she's stepping back from the game. 6 Scotties titles. You look across the ice. Well, who's coaching the great Colleen Jones as well. Jennifer herself, what has she meant to the game? And I guess it's pretty special stepping back now, her final Scotties.
Yeah, I mean, she's not stepping back because she's not still unbelievable, right? Like, she's stepping back for family reasons. And, I mean, heart of a champion, like, don't count her out this week. I mean, she's still as good as anybody in the world. I still think she's one of, if not the greatest to ever do it. So, I think everyone's always, when they see Jennifer in the playoffs, you got your hands full.
So we were talking about it. If it was easy to win the Scotties, your first time, everyone would do it. 1990, the last time a rookie skip did that at the Scotties. When you look at the state of the women's game right now, Rachel Holman will see tonight versus Jennifer Jones. You see this outstanding Alberta team. Kate Cameron is skipping. Where does the women game stand right now?
I mean, I think it's, a lot of the stuff and the work that they've been putting in with Dave and his team, I think is starting to pay off. I think you're seeing it with some of these teams like Sturmey and Cameron that are really starting to take that next step up, and it's huge for their development. When you're the only game on the ice on a Saturday afternoon at the Scotties, it feels a little bit different, and it's a big development piece for them. And I think it's, I know everyone talks about how we're falling back in the world, but we're putting in a lot of hard work, and we're coming.
Nolan, congratulations on the job. We know you do a wonderful job. Obviously, we missed you as a competitive curler, but we know curling is in good hands. Thanks for your time.
No problem. Thanks, Brian.
Vic.
The Dave is David Murdoch, who is the high performance director of Curling Canada now, the former Scot, and he is running the high performance program. And just to give you an idea, this field included the top 8 women's teams in our country. At the Brier, we will have 7 top men's teams. It was a difficult field, but boy, a lot of talent. So after that 3, it's Alberta with Last Rock playing the Yellowstones. They have the hammer. Shot rock belongs to Cameron, sitting center line back 4. But it is, Alberta does have one undercover, a couple of their guards. And this is Megan Walter.
A little scary here when you're up 3-0, leaving all that Alberta stuff out there. It's you could hit the back one, but that would give Alberta a very easy shot. So Kate's trying to apply pressure here. It's a good call if you make it.
Keep going, you're doing it. Keep going. It's curling now. You gotta be 8 foot. You gotta be 8 foot back.
Hard, Cal.
You gotta at least be 3rd. Go, 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 go.
Okay.
Okay,
fine.
that's fine.
5-7.
That's fine. I think I just hacked again, Selena. Okay, like a 12? Yeah.
12.
When you're not used to the brushing, as Kelsey Rock is. She's had to really, really work.
Seems close.
be a wee bit of pebble here still. Some of these lose their speed coming down, and away it goes onto the guard.
Keep going. Hard. Solid 12. Whoa. We're a bit big. Curl. 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 Curl.
Uh-oh. And get away with that jam at the back, and they'll lose the shooter.
11-1. Sorry, bad call. All good.
That works out nicely, really, 'cause now all those yellows could go on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but
Is this stupid?
you wanted to hold the shooter, no? I mean, with all respect, you needed to hold that shooter.
don't
Got
like
away
it?
with the jam, I'll give you that.
Yeah, and you know what happened there, Vic, was the sweepers were yelling 12, so 12 seconds from hog to hog, and I heard Selena tell them it was an 11-1.
Do we ever hit and roll
So
on
it's
the
just
back
running
one?
that much faster. The sweepers misread it, so Selena called the line perfect. It just bounced off that much harder because it was heavy.
Okay, Russ, you're going way out here. What do we often say?
9.5?
Where no man has gone before.
Yeah.
So what's it going to do?
Well, nowadays it's so predictable. You know, the surfaces are so groomed. There's no frost in this building. I think it'll run exactly the way they're going to guess, other than it's going to be a fraction slower.
Little down,
Kate,
Ken.
Kate threw her blank attempt out here, so they would have gone to school on that one.
Kels. Kels. Gotta go, buddy. Gotta go.
Hard, buddy.
Hard. Gotta go for no jam even. Okay.
Okay, Kate, that's fine.
Just kind of fought the momentum there.
Okay.
Shoot. Like that.
Okay.
As long as we're-
Back tee, back 4. Okay.
Well, you Bing your best when you need your best. And Walter has turned it up from round robins, as has Kate Cameron. And both of them at the moment are throwing a perfect game.
Let's talk about big game players in any sport. I always thought Kate Cameron was a big game player, and see Megan Walter, she's very young, still relatively new to the Scotties scene, and how exciting for her to be bringing her best stuff at this point in the week.
So, I mean, listen, you can get that back end to play well. Certainly helps, goes without saying, but we saw it with Caitlin Laws in one of her losses,
4-9.
where Selena Negovin and Laws both struggled, and it showed on the scoreboard.
I would like to go just under us.
Okay.
But obviously, or actually this would be the best,
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
Then that she probably loses. A 10, but we're gonna need to hit it like here to get a roll, right?
Yep.
Half pretty much.
Yep.
Like
Okay,
that.
you got it, Kate. Like you can.
We need to stick though, Meg, so nose is better.
Yep.
It's good tolerance note
Try the
from
roll,
Kate
but
on the
we
way
need to
back.
stick.
If they ever roll out,
10.
Alberta could loop
gonna be
another
like
one
a thick
around
half.
the corner situation, and three's in play.
I'd like you to just cross the line like side 4 if I could for
I like that a
perfect
lot.
roll.
For the roll. Okay.
Yeah. Just then the double. I think she might lose it.
Yeah.
Kate's
You got it, Kate.
very vocal because she's, you know, obviously this is the biggest game she's played in as a skip. And
You got it.
but that's a good thing because they're talking it through.
Well, yeah, I would agree. I think you
Yeah.
need to be
Yeah.
definite. Now, if the others have an input, sure, but don't go in there with some wishy-washy thought.
10.
Close.
Clean.
10.
Close.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
Curl.
Whoa.
Curl.
So rolling it to the center line side.
Hard 10s.
Anything, Kels?
Any
Anything.
roll.
Elias,
that's fine.
nothing.
10.
Okay, so it's shot rock for the moment, Joe. What do you do?
10, Kate. Yeah. Good
Right on the nose or a little flop to the outside. You know that Kate will be trying to get that roll under on her next.
Feeling this way. I'm good with that way.
Just don't want to roll towards the center line.
Yeah, you roll buried back 4, and if there's a come around or that red raise is staring there, if that's ever made perfectly, it could be 4-0, right?
Yeah, for Alberta, get 2 here. You're right back in this thing after an unforced error the last end.
11-5. Just try and cross it a hair.
I like what you said. You could roll a little wide, but you don't have to because hitting it dead on, Kate Cameron still has to make a great shot. You don't want to make it 4 by rolling out.
Playing skip stones here in 4. And the first for Selena
Close.
Sturmey,
Curl. 11.
Canadian junior champion,
11. Curl.
world
Oh,
silver
other way.
medalist,
Straight.
Desiree Haas.
Straight.
Now, Paige
Hard.
Papley.
Hard. Hard.
May have to roll it. May have to roll it.
Yeah.
And they will. Now it settles back button.
Lock it on. 11.
It wasn't by design, but they knew there was an audible halfway down, wasn't it? They didn't want to leave it barely open.
Okay, right.
So trying to get this thing to curl. You see Desiree using the knifing technique here. And then realizing it's not going to get over there. Paige trying at the end here to keep it straight to get the big roll. Just maybe waited a beat too long before making that switch.
You got to be right to it, guys. If you're short, there's a double.
Same weight that you gave us last
So
time.
Yeah, I got a 5-7 on Megs that you guys just stopped.
that's the out. I mean, that's the play that Cameron was looking for. But as you're looking at this, she wants to lock it on the corner. Would you ever think of playing the run back?
Yeah, you could. You're up 3, Vic. The run back's type of shot that Kate can make. That's in her toolbox for sure, and you limit the damage. But if you ever stick this, and it would be harder to stick the run back.
Well, and even if she's a little light, as long as she gets a piece buried around the rock top of the 12-foot, you might cut them down to a force.
Line's great.
Just her second draw of the game was perfect on her first. Trying to glue it on the corner.
Lock it on.
Easy.
We're there.
Yep.
We're there. Line only.
Kelsey
Line
Rock
only. No bounce.
trying to hold it up.
Ken's.
Elias just
Slow knife
waiting.
it.
Now
Slow
she
knife
goes.
it.
Want to put it right there where the broom
Lock
is.
it
Put
on.
it right there on the corner.
4-6.
Oh, so close to perfect.
Yeah, just a little bit of excitement there. Just maybe brushed it a couple licks too many.
Should have just knifed it earlier, I guess. Damn, I didn't know I was like back 4, back 8.
You got it, Selena.
Just a shade too heavy.
So you can get across the nose, push this back.
And Joanne, you'd be able to explain this better than me. Kate said, sorry, I didn't realize it was that heavy. That's not her job.
Yeah, it's hard as the sweeper. Your skips, it looks so close to perfect. Your skips yelling at you. You want to go, but just a little quicker there than they thought.
Interesting, the mistakes and the punishment when you make a mistake.
Yeah.
I think
Sturmey
half will play with this ice too.
in 3.
Yep.
That little hit and roll just not quite glued to the corner. Now, can you get across the nose and push it back?
Just a wee bit of excitement there. I think the brushers could have locked that right in there. This isn't a gimme, though.
Close down. Clean. Well,
So Haas
just back line.
initially trying to hold it up.
Just back line. Clean. Curl. Curl.
Schmiedman calling line, and here we go. Paige
Curl.
Packley. You got to get across the
Hard,
nose.
Paige.
You got to get it
Curl,
across the
Paige,
nose. They were out there for the longest time. You listen to the crowd, move it back. No, they'll rub and roll off.
One red, yep.
Oh, that soft game is letting her down right now. Cameron thought she was in trouble. It was Sturmey.
Yeah.
You have a chance. Get across the nose, tap it back, possibly get 3. Instead, a little heavy, maybe a mismanagement, not enough communication, and your shooter rolls off and results in a steal of 1 for Kate Cameron and the team from the Granite Curling Club in Winnipeg. They now lead it 4-1 as we go to the 5th. And once again, Selena Sturmey out of the Saville in Edmonton with Last Rock playing the Yellowstones.
That single sheet game is just different. You just got the adrenaline going. You've got everybody watching you. I don't know why, but it always seemed way quicker, maybe because of those first comments I made. And that was just a pound heavy, and the Crushers maybe could have saved it earlier, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, one of those where it looked like it had a lot of action coming off on that roll, so I think it was a little heavy. If the sweepers call out of the hand that it's a weight class or 2 higher than what the line caller is looking for, I think you would have seen them try to make it go a lot earlier. Those finesse weight hits, if you start carving them out of the hand, you can miss it on the tight side easily.
That's fine. You have a third, though.
Yep. Yeah, just a third.
Okay, guard's fine.
You got it. Okay, you got it, buddy.
So something you couldn't do during the week when all 4 sheets were going was have that conversation down the sheet that Kelsey and Kate just had. They have this luxury. They can finally hear each other. And Cameron's team is using it to the full advantage.
Stay close.
11-5. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Hard, Meg. Hold it there.
Hard.
You got it. You got it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Sneak it.
Girl.
Yep. No,
Sneak it
keep
by.
going. Keep going. Keep going. Lock it on this. Lock it on this.
They're going to roll over. Oh, lock it on. Pushes it back, but they're sitting 3 without.
11-3.
So a difficult start. That soft game that really got them through yesterday is missing now in between ends. Sturmey and a team gathered with Ted Appelman. What do you think he may be saying? We are not allowed to have a listen.
I think he's just keeping them in the moment. Okay, let's debrief that. What did we see? What do we need for the next? That's what happened in between games yesterday when they had the rough one against Jones. So having 3 minutes in between ends, talked about this team being a quick study. They're not that far off. I mean.
But here it goes right back to what you said when we came on the air. They had they had hours to prepare after that loss. Now they have to make their adjustments mid-game. And whatever that adjustment is, it's got to be now.
Yeah, and I think it will be. You know, they gave up the 3, and they were, just any lighter on that last shot. It's 3-3, so they made a great adjustment. It just a slight overthrow on a surface that it's hard to explain to people at home. It's quicker.
It's quicker right now than it was round robin. Is that what you're saying, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that just, it can be deceiving for the sweeper. You see the body speed come out. You say, yeah, that's the body speed I want. But you need to reevaluate as the rock comes down the sheet.
That's fine.
Oh, there's the catcher. So a bit of a break for Alberta. Shot rock does belong to Manitoba, but that didn't go. It hangs on to the edge of the 8.
Watch this. Watch this.
Great try. Any thinner, they get both yellows out of there. If you're a newer curler, you'd say, well, why not hit that red one and sit 2 or split the rings? It's just nearly impossible at this level to control your 2-ender if you do that, because of the team you're playing against is so good with the hitting. So they're going to try to protect this yellow one for a while.
Tight. Little bit, yep. Just inside half. Whoa. Just inside half. It's good. Nice shot.
Oh, there's a shot worthy of 100%. Perfect game so far by Desiree Hawes.
Just a sliver.
Just might have overcurled at the end. They talked about chasing it.
You got it. You got it. Just have to be careful on those carbs. Yeah, did not make to curl.
Megan Walter.
Nope. Clean. Nope, not clean. Curl.
Coming up, it does just. I often say that you got to adjust on the ice and look at your opposition. And you said they looked at chasing that Cameron. Looking at your opposition, Alberta, well, they're a little rattled now. Why not keep that pressure on, Joe?
Well, the risk is that you chase it and you blow by, and then all of a sudden the 3 comes into play out of nowhere. If you play the chase, you play it really tight to the guard, so if you remove the guard, that's fine. It's just my only problem with that is that if you over curl by quite a bit, hit a lot of the guard, you might roll for another corner for your opposition to use.
Right.
Tighter game, you might have seen them play it, but they're in control of the scoreboard right now. Play the easier shot, and you might get a better look at it on the next.
Hard curl.
You know, Russ, we've been together a long time, and I really would appreciate you sticking up for me a little bit.
You're wrong, Vic. The other reason too, and Joanne's dead on, if the red takeout's made, there's going to be a double.
Sure. I like that.
Unless there's a roll, perfect.
Drawing 11? Yeah. Okay, you got it, man. You got it, Meg.
This chase is a little scary, Russ. If this over curls, you could tap the Alberta stone into the rings.
11.
Perfect so far.
Yep. Yes. 5. Yes.
Perfect so far. Oh, you got to hold it out there now. Kelsey Rock got to hold it out there.
Keep going.
Whoa, whoa,
Uh-oh.
whoa.
Watch out. Where's this going to go?
Sit.
Okay, that's fine.
And
That's
she'll
fine,
push
Meg.
it to the center.
Wait, I love one.
Yeah, just a hair tight.
Isn't that odd, though? I mean, to my mind, I'm watching this and saying,
Yeah, I just didn't
you
set
didn't
it
go
up.
after it
That's fine. Way to miss it.
with the out turn the other way with your first
Meg.
attempt, but you went this way on your second.
Well, in this case, you could see a lot more of it, so it was an easier
Okay.
shot. Last time
Yeah.
it was, 80% buried. This time it was more like 40. Yeah, it really comes down to the odds. What's the surface allowing it? Who's throwing it? What's their tendencies? What's the scoreboard telling you? There's so many factors, but that was a much easier, as you called it, chase than the first one.
So can Alberta now take advantage of the mistake?
Line's tight.
Smart call here.
Close there.
Most teams would hit it, but if you ever hit it dead on, it gives
Hard
Kate
line.
Cameron
Back
a
four.
very easy double.
Back 4. Room. Close. Room. T. Yep. T line. Yep. You gotta go.
Hard does.
T. Hard.
Hard does. Hard.
Whoa. Right here. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And just a little bit deeper than right here, as it does show something on the wide out-turn side.
The draw is tempting.
It is.
We can give up 3 if we hit that because she's going to go like that.
Yeah.
I think we have to draw.
I like that.
What a great
Yeah,
We
call.
have to.
Line.
Even if we're top 8, we outcount this.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
the shot, right?
I love it.
I think her line is close because I thought she was tight. So
Okay,
there?
you got
Is this what you would call a confident call by Cameron Joe?
lock it on can never.
Yeah, I
bounce.
mean, she could hit the yellow in the
eight's fine.
wings, but then you're just allowing Alberta the chance to loop another one around.
Lock it on can
I think
never
this is
I
the
got a
call.
4-8
Yes.
And as you heard from Kate, she has some room for error here as long as she outcounts that side yellow. So full 8 foot around the guard.
Okay.
It's a pretty good result.
Just like last stand, you get full
Yeah,
8
that's the most
area, an
that's
inch or
good.
2. It's a raisable rock. Nothing deep here.
Got it.
Try not to kill it early. We do need to at least get a piece tucked.
Okay,
Alberta's
you got it.
the type of team
This is
that's
Danielle's
not
line
afraid
up.
to score points. They scored 15 more points than Team Cameron during the week because of those type of calls.
That is better
I thought you
Okay,
were like,
line's nice.
than her
Gotta
game
be
last
two
night,
line almost.
87% in the win over
Close
Carrie
line.
Anderson. So
Close the line. Clean it. Come on. Yes.
feeling very comfortable. Kate Cameron playing skip stones here in 5. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Really nice. Shot.
How do you like me now? Right to the corner, shot rock.
Nice shot, Kate. Thank you.
Oh,
Someone's feeling it.
pretty good. Hey.
And to your point, look what she's done. Yeah, there's been some iffies, but look at goes from 79, 88, right now 97. That is the way you want to go, Kate Cameron.
Just the perfect spot, perfect weight, perfect line, and I have to give some credit to the sweepers here. Kate's yelling her head off. She wants it to be perfect, and they held themselves back. They made sure they didn't oversweep that.
that's an art in itself, isn't it?
Where are they going?
Right to the either try to tuck a piece or freeze on that back red, which is almost the same shot.
Look at that. This is her first draw, and it comes here in 5 and throwing a 66% game.
Back 8. Curl then. Pull. Back 8. Yeah, keep going.
Has to slow down.
Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
It's just that much faster, Joanne. Eh? It just is.
All right, so this, you know, we just showed you how Cameron is trending in the right direction. But you go back, there's that 65 against Jones. As you said, a couple of hours later, 89. Now, whatever adjustment she has to make is on the ice. It has to be in this moment, and she's struggling.
It's tough for your first draw of the game.
Yeah.
Really good.
And that was the right speed a couple days ago.
Well, and beyond, that's one of those freezes where you got to be there. Top 8 is not going to play, so
Definitely take that a little bit less.
not that far off, but
Top 8 or top 4.
piles of pressure from Kate Cameron and Team Manitoba.
My way?
Yeah.
Do you like a hair more? Yeah, I don't mind it
This
at
little
all.
team meeting with
We don't have to, like,
Coach
we
Ted
just gotta
Appleman
guard
at the
side
break
button,
is going
eh?
to be all important.
It'll run just as true out here.
Yeah.
You got it, Kate.
You don't have to give it any extra.
Okay.
You got it.
Take enough ice on these. It's you'd almost rather have your opponent try to thread the needle than let her go around it.
See again, peaking at the right time. Look what she did early. Look what she's done. 8 and 9.
Kick it out, Kels.
Keep it out,
And today,
Kels.
100% on her draws.
Tight. We're tight.
And
Yeah,
I thought
keep it there, Kels.
set up
This
really
line.
well by the
Halfway.
front
Go
end
for
just to
tight.
give her that information,
We're
Joe.
higher.
Okay.
We're higher.
Keep going.
Yeah, right here's fine.
Keep going a
Tight.
little more.
Little
Tight.
bit more.
Good.
Rock.
Good.
Sit.
Elias, let's cap it.
That's fine.
Yeah, good.
So sitting at the shot stone.
Yeah.
You get a second chance, however, if you're Selena Sturmey.
He overcurled a hair, but Kate Cameron's first one, and as you said, that was a team shot, not just Kate, and they just put it on the X.
Okay, the ice is faster. As the thrower, your adjustment has to come from where?
From your leg drive. So just that body speed, just make that adjustment. She's practiced this a million times at home. Needs it now.
Fraction slower here, maybe?
Sitting 1.
Like it.
Leading 4-1.
Tight, but should
Kate
be okay
Cameron.
there. Don't have to then.
Full 4.
Don't want to. We're back 4.
Uh-oh,
Okay,
Desiree
keep close.
Haas
Should come off. We're
left.
still all there. No.
Just a little
over
dust
now.
here.
Yeah.
Paige Papley
Okay.
has to come down for her.
Curling nice
4.
now.
Back 4.
No.
Back
Should be
4.
okay running into
Back
the back
4.
one.
They have a little bit of a back.
You're running into the back one.
There you go. You may need this. Oh, say thank you to the backing. I got your back. Sturmey gets 1. We'll go to the break. 4-2, Cameron.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
So how do they adjust? Ice a little quicker. She's a little off her game, Selena Sturmey. So huddling now with Coach Ted Appleman, and we check the numbers after 5.
And story here so far, Selena Sturmey, unforced error in the third end was so costly, giving up the 3 to Cameron, and then had a chance to get it all back in the 4th, but unable to make the finesse weight tap. She made so many of them yesterday. We'll have to find it in the second half here. Numbers are wonderful for Kate Cameron. She is looking so comfortable out there.
The numbers after 5 brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. Meanwhile, it's Taylor McDonald on the bench with Kate Cameron. Everything begins with an idea, and so it was for the Scotties. Robin Wilson and her sister Dawn had just won a second Canadian women's title in 1979, playing with Lindsay Sparks. Till then, the women's game had just existed, played without much fanfare compared to the men's Brier. So now, cue the idea. Working for Scott Paper, she pitched them with a Scott Tournament of Hearts, the emblem of 4 hearts to symbolize the 4 members of the team. It was also meant to convey the spirit of the game and the friendships made, some of them lifelong. It's now recognized as well as any other in Canadian sport and has come to symbolize Canadian women's curling. You see those hearts, you think Scotties. Colleen Jones won the very first in 1982, her first of 6 Scotties titles. Now here we are, 42 years later, and the top women's teams in our country are still playing in the Scotties. Robin Wilson had the idea. Robin Wilson made that idea happen. And the All-Star teams have been announced. Second team, Anderson, Burgess, Burchard, and Wilkes. Congratulations to them. And to honor Robin Wilson, the first team All-Stars will now be known as the Robin Wilson First Team. And congratulations, Rachel Holman, Tracy Fleury, Emma Miscue, and Kristen Karwacki. What a wonderful week when you think she came off the bench last minute, just prior to the start, for Breanne Harris to be the All-Star lead. And, we do say thank you, Robin Wilson. On this Saturday afternoon, welcome back. 3-4 Page playoff game. The winner advances. These 2 teams had to win must-win games. We said in pool play, Manitoba won their last 2 to advance. as the third place playoff team. Crucial wins yesterday and now another today. 4-2 Manitoba leads.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
And they once again have Last Rock playing the Redstones.
4-7. High.
Hey, you look at the stats for Team Manitoba. We talked about the struggles early and just slightly getting better every single game. A couple more games, they'll be unbeatable.
Yeah, Kate's feeling it out there. You can tell she seems so confident. But you look at the score, if you're Team Alberta, it's 4-2. If you can force here, get your 2 and 7, you're not out of this yet.
Well, the only difference really is that a very tough shot for Selena that ticked the, hard, just a little by and jammed it, or it was a 4-point swing.
High half. Nice go. 7-7. Yeah.
So I'm going to make the assumption that Ted Appleman on the bench for Sturmey probably said something that remind yourselves
Not quite touching the
of the
line.
quickness of the ice. Would that be something he'd say?
Yeah, and I think they're placing their draws pretty well. I mean, we saw Selena had her first draw of the game last end, and she was only 2 feet heavy, and then made it perfect on her second. So you assume she's dialed in on that draw weight. It's more those finesse weight hits. They've just been a little bit heavier than what they're wanting, and they're not quite getting that finish.
Just okay, fine.
Okay, just really back.
Really back means what, Russ?
Well, we used to call it wide outside, missed the broom, but now it's just an outward motion, a bit of a set. But that's why you play all these games, and that's another thing that's helped both these teams, I think, in this event. They played a ton. You watch the players throw, you learn their tendencies, especially under pressure. And I heard Kate earlier say they played a peel and they barely got it. And she said, "I'll tighten you up."
Yeah, so that's just closing the loop there, Russ. And to that comment, really back. So that's saying, well, your slide was close. It was just the release was outward, and that's why it ran so straight. So instead of the thrower saying, oh, I must have slid tight, they know what they have to tweak next time they throw in that spot.
Do you ever play at it? I don't know. I think we're peeling.
Do you ever want to rep this? I think so.
Kate?
We don't really have much on this side anyways.
Kate?
Yeah,
Like, there's no double rip there.
the ideal situation for Kate Cameron is to pick that yellow, and they can only get that with the left-hand side of the sheet. So they have nothing on the right-hand side of the sheet.
Kelsey Rock.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yes. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Hard, buddy.
Elias. No.
Okay. That's fine.
So Alberta sitting the shot rock, but surrounded. And then they squeezed that stone over to a long corner.
Just high.
It's problematic too, isn't it, Joanne?
You got her.
That corner guard, it can stop somebody from getting to the pin.
Yeah, fully takes away that intern side of the sheet. A lot of work to do for Team Manitoba to get a look at the button all of a sudden.
Line's tight. Line's really tight. You gotta go. Hard. Weight's good. Hard. High. Really hard.
It's curling early.
Gotta go.
Can't have much speed on it.
Keep going. Gotta
Really
go.
gotta go.
Keep going. Hard and close. Really close. Keep going. Hard. We're over.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard. Go, go, go.
Oh dear, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. Oh, and just.
Did really well to get that over the hog line. Just in a much tighter line than they wanted.
Really gotta
Curled
go.
early. You see Desiree just leaning right on her broom there.
Really close. Keep going. Hard. We're over.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard. Go, go, go.
Listen to the crowd.
Go, Des. Go.
It's here at the point of the week when those coast to coast just get that much harder as the sweeper. The crowd is much appreciated there.
We thought Team Camera might have taken that opportunity to unlock that yellow Alberta stone. Just play the raise, kill their back one.
I think so.
Peeling the guard's not wrong, but you might not get a better chance.
Yeah, kind of like running it in, just disturbing what's in the rings. Spread your reds out a bit. They could count later.
Keep 2 reds in play, and then because right now it's going to take 2 tries to get rid of that yellow one that's frozen on the button.
Still a hair tight.
We're a little
Only got 3 rocks left.
Halfway.
Daniel Schmiemann.
Yep. Yep. Just inside half. Yep. Mine only. Halfway. Whoa.
Talk about lead rock placement with the 5 rock rule. This is all a mess because Mackenzie Elias went just back button on her come around.
Good.
If that rock is 2 feet higher, this situation doesn't exist.
Yeah, not true.
Why they're protecting for their life.
Yeah.
Even if you keep ripping this, we have nothing.
Yeah. I think you got to try it.
Try it this way. Even if you plant it here, it's still pretty good.
Okay.
The only way to get that yellow one out with 1 throw
Right, you got it.
is on the right-hander's out turn. So that's what Kate's trying to do, and rightly so, open up the right-hand side, and then you can see it from there. If you get a free swing at it, you can chip that clean. But now, late in the end, third's last rock, you need to make a double peel.
Yep. Yep. Yes. It's really hard. Yes. Hard, Kens. Hard.
Walter. Elias, bang,
Great
bang,
shot.
and will drive it by, but
Good shot, Meg.
does it look better for Cameron? Everything's open.
Pistol, Meg.
Yeah, you'd have to assume they can make 2 guards here, though, so they're still in trouble.
No.
Yeah.
Really good.
Nice.
Man, you're negative.
Thought I had the line here. So halfway, probably. Yeah.
Oh, the
Six on
sun's
line.
shining. Yeah, but clouds are coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's cold, too.
Just halfway. Basically just touching center, I think.
Sounds good. The guard's fine.
I don't think they can raise the red and become shot rock with 1 shot.
No, I think it's you got to kill that back red one first. I'm curious to see if Kate will try to run this in.
Almost has to.
Selena said they just want to be halfway. They know that that's the play.
We're all there. Tight.
Just want to make sure they don't over curl either and leave the pick out like you were talking about, Russ.
No, we're tight.
Just tight.
Has to sit on this line.
Just tight.
It's really digging.
Close, Des.
No.
Whoa.
Careful, if it's heavy, it might have enough time to curl too far.
Des a little. Des. Halfway.
Yes,
Des.
hard, Des.
Hard.
Hard,
Hard.
That came off really hard. We just can't roll off. I think we need to nose it. So then the 4 rolls ahead.
Well, we mentioned how well she is playing, Kate Cameron, and this was her first in the 5th. And the play is lay it on the corner, right?
Yeah, and ideally she had some room to work with here, Vic. She could have been top 8, just tucked her on the guard. And watch the sweepers here. You've got your skip screaming at you, and they managed this perfectly. Keep it on the side. Just shot rock. Outstanding stuff.
That forced Sturmey to play the draw, and thankfully she had that stone at the back 4 for her single point. The key shot brought to you by BKT Tires. Growing together.
If we want to do like 7/8, 7/8 and keep this angle for us, right?
Okay.
Or nose and just roll the other red off.
Okay. Right.
Do you like this?
I like this
I
a
think
lot.
we need to move it
Yeah,
or we're not
I think
scoring.
so. Yeah.
She got room?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh gosh, yes,
wait.
sorry.
Now, you heard her say
I guess
7/8,
always kill the
7/8.
guards
What
to
she's
help
meaning,
with
just
that
hit this a
That was
tad
really
on the
thought.
left-hand side, the broom side, so that the
remove the red one, you still have
raised
a
rock
run in.
hits
Yeah,
the yellow
that's
at
the
the same angle
Yeah,
and
the
tries
thing
to
is, though, is that if
keep
I
them
roll
lined
off
up
and she rolls
somehow.
under, she could be laying 2 on us, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess if I ever roll off, the red is straight jamming, right?
Yeah,
would
the
not
red's
there,
not
yeah.
going
Okay,
anywhere.
so I think this is the call.
I like this.
That guard, I know it was losing steam, but was there anything left in a brush that would have dragged it a little bit more?
Yeah, they could have made it curl a little bit more. Just had to make the call early. They were worried it was heavy. They called down halfway down the sheet. They thought it was tight. That's 6 feet lighter than they expected it to be.
How true.
Cameron first. Got to come through the hole now. Hold it off there, center guard. Hold it off that one. They did. Now what have you got? And look at that.
That's good.
It'll leave the Alberta Stone quarter covered on the pin.
It's okay, Kate. I got a 10-3.
Yeah, I just
thought
fought
you were
it.
fighting your line.
Just fired it.
Yeah, and any lighter, Vic, this one stops maybe in this type of area right here. The back one would have stayed, and then you've got Team Alberta both ways. You've got access to the elite this way, you've got access this way.
We probably want to be dead buried behind the guard. Or
Just
show her like an inch, hey?
little tight, little heavy.
Yeah, you heard her say she fought it, so she was fighting her slide to get out to the broom.
Yeah.
When you're a little tight, you can't pitch it wide and have it run straight on you.
Can she come off this? If we're like, are you trying to be dead frozen?
Like,
I don't know if she has quite enough air to come off of it to sit here.
She might be able to come off it and crotch it if we're just.
That's kind of
here,
what I
like,
was
kinda
thinking.
no
Like if
risk
we
off
could
of
ever
it.
make this, that's pretty good. And the most they can score is 1.
That's true.
Okay. Bump.
Yeah, whatever.
That
we
just seems so much
can.
easier than trying to come through that.
Well, I mean, yeah, you
level
overcurl
5.
this. She's got to
Kinda
show the
curl
double
enough
that she
at
just
the end.
played.
Well thought out. There's all kinds of options here. You could try to
There.
in-turn would be dangerous, but you could probably out-turn draw, sink one, but you cannot give up 2 in this situation. So I don't mind this at all.
It seems to me, though, and Russ, that it was the last thing thought of. Just get rid of that stone. And what can they do? The best is 1.
Yeah, exactly. That was the realization they came to, I think. The aggressive calls there too, and that's the way this team's beaten teams, is to be aggressive. But I think this situation might be the right play.
They're big.
11.
Whoa.
Curl. Little big.
Curl.
10-8. Curl.
Curl.
10-8.
Sturmey's last.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Oh, hold this up, hold this up, hold this up. Roll it over towards the center line. It lights up the crowd.
Just love the weight control. That's served them so well.
Okay, that adjustment, right? You don't have 2 hours. You had 5 minutes between ends.
Boy, this is similar to the one we saw Kate make against Team Canada yesterday.
Never go
It's
for curl pass there unless she's telling you, because they're very edge to edge.
Okay. Okay.
getting
got
through
it.
the
Hey,
hole
throw it.
is not really a
What's our weight,
problem,
10-3?
but you could tick off that top
Yes, I
one
think
that
so,
was
yeah.
just rolled so fast, and it's 4-4. Need a bit of speed here to keep it from going to that top one.
Just can't roll too far either
Right,
once you
yeah,
make contact.
Exactly.
Final
Little
stone
big.
and facing
Lead
2.
up. Little big.
Kate
Whoa,
Cameron.
10-8. We're big. We're big.
Rock.
Whoa, we're big.
Waits up.
Yeah,
Watch
Kenny.
now. You won't want to spill off this rock. Trying to hold it up here.
Big. Whoa,
Yeah.
Yeah, now they go. Again. Oh, and they'll sit down.
Special.
Oh, managed well.
I'm like trying to.
Healthy rock on the rush.
Got pretty tight.
Clip that and goodbye. Cameron gets her single. Rachel Homan's last.
Yep.
Can you make the angle raise double? Fleury getting ready. Fleury getting ready. Oh, goodness gracious, she got it!
If this run back is made, it is for 3.
Here we go. Trying to hold it up. Burgess, Clementine, got it! Absolutely perfect. Well, this would be fitting of a final, wouldn't it? But it's the 1-2 page playoff, and the winner will go through to tomorrow night's gold medal game. The loser will slide into the semifinal against the winner of this. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, Homan against Jones. Welcome back on this Saturday afternoon. Winsport Events Center, Canada Olympic Park. And a terrific shot. How easily that stone from camera could have maybe clicked something and rolled away and given up a steal of 1, maybe even 2. She settles for the single, so we go to the 7th. Cameron leads by 3. Alberta with Last Rock playing the Yellowstones.
Let's, for argument's sake, say that was maybe 11.5 seconds they wanted. If that was 11 or 12, half a second off, you're not even close to making that shot one way or the other, and it could have been as bad as a steal of 2. Brilliant.
Seen that spot too. Any outward motion, it floats the whole way. Just and they just pretty much cleaned it the whole way too. It was really well thrown rock.
Oh.
You heard Kate say right as we went to break, big point.
Oh.
And she's right. I mean, you give up even 1 there, and all of a sudden Alberta's right back in it.
Giving up 1 might have been an option too. You didn't want to give up 2. You could have ththrown that harder, maybe be a safe way to give up the steal, and you're still in control. Not. She's feeling it.
It's like edge to edge.
Do you like this?
Probably.
1, 2.
Can we
I don't
do
think
that?
you can.
I don't think we can do that, Kate.
Just kidding, you can't do that.
No.
Yeah. Hack? Hack, so if you feather tick,
Oh, I tell you,
like 12-5, they have some here and they're very gradual.
that says something.
Yeah.
You have that, a little bit of humor in you, not so desperate, not so stone-faced.
Forgetting the rule because she's so absorbed in the strategy and the spot in the ice and the way to play this.
12.
That's great.
12.
Luckily, somebody knew the rule on the team.
Yes.
Oh, curl. No. 12.
Straight.
Now you can go after this one.
Curl. Curl.
Funny.
11-5.
Curl. Curl.
Got across. Got across.
Great shot.
Oh, goodness, they did. Wow. Good brush. Really nice.
Vic, I kind of get the feeling with Kate right now, right in this game. It's like she's 4 for 4 at baseball and she cannot wait to get up to bat.
Curl. Curl.
11-5.
Curl. Curl. Hard. Hard. Great shot.
That was Pete Rose who said when I was really on it and I knew I could hit anything, I would see the seams on the fastball. That's how dialed in he was.
I can tell you from playing against Kate for years, it's really hard to play against her when she's like this because you can see her. She's helping her team. She's calling down the ice exactly how things are going to run. Just that sense about her is so palpable when you're on the ice. It can be really tough to come up against, just mentally.
You'd have to think infectious for the other 3 players on the team.
Nice and smooth.
Well, that's the
This is
thing.
less than I
You know,
gave.
your team loves it, probably feeds off it, but what does it mean to the other team? Right? They see it too.
Nope. Nope. Curl. Curl. Curl to touch it. Curl.
Whoa, you're
Whoa,
fine.
whoa.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fortunate error, really. Kind of chokes off the corner guard a little bit, and they did remove.
A little bit less weight, like a 13. Sorry, guys, I'm just being too
Sliding tight, popping it back. Can't do that on Mike Merklinger's ice. There's some surfaces you can. A little.
Yeah, it's been release sensitive all week. The speed's been variable. Obviously, lots of different factors with arena ice, and you expect the speed to be variable as the player out there. But from day one, release sensitive, and you like that because it rewards a good throw. It rewards good mechanics. You want that.
100%. I'd love to see this more often.
Back line. Really got to go.
Hard.
Here, quite a bit
It's
less.
really good.
Wow, subtle.
3-8. It's a good range.
And spins to the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, ice makers have their tendencies. Jamie Barraza.
I think you want to
Now
stay
retired.
just because they're going to roll.
The ice was unforgiving, Russ. You just up the weight a little bit, and it's goes.
His was very release sensitive, yes.
And there's
Okay, you got it, Mike. Nice and straight down the line.
our head ice technician, Mike Merklinger. He's learned well, of course, from his dad.
Nope. Okay, 9-5. Clean.
Yeah, Dave was at it for so long. He just had it right down to a science. Learned from the greatest of them all, in my opinion, Shorty Jenkins.
Jenkins, of
I don't want to
course.
leave him something to draw to.
And then there's, I mean, everyone starts, and that's where it starts. And
Same thing.
Hans Vutrick, of course, from Gimli, Manitoba, another of the wonderful ice makers.
Oh, for sure.
I was kind of almost seeing the wrap here.
Can we just draw around our corner and be second, or no?
I think so.
Be tricky.
It's really tight.
Okay.
You probably pop out here more times than not.
Okay. I don't mind the first one then.
I think I'm seeing the wrap back 4. We can be
Back
that back
4?
4, right?
Yeah, that's
Could go wide around this corner guard.
Reading my mind.
Always a guess on speed, but if you can make it, it's difficult to chase.
I plead with the teams I coach with to do that a little bit, because if you've never done it, you're thinking, oh, it's going to be horrible out there, but not out here. On this type of surface, I would really recommend it.
The problem will always be for Alberta that Manitoba has that rock in the top of the 12 to raise.
Lions.
Come around back
Little
4,
line.
get as
Line
much
tight,
separation as you
tight.
can. Manitoba's been
Top
off on a
4,
couple
little
of peel
line.
weights
Hard
this
line.
end.
Top 4, top
You'll have to be precise if you can make this a good one.
Well, T. Well,
Might have to go plan B here.
Curl. 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 Whoa, whoa. Okay.
It's pretty good too. How do you remove it?
The only problem is its 4th shot.
Yes.
You could pop it through, but you could also jam it.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing it. 3/4 to 2/3.
For 1, 2, 3. So do we need to do that?
Yeah, like, what if we just
Do you want to come here and take a look at it?
Do you want to go down there?
Do you want to come close?
Yeah.
I just wanted, I went away for a couple of minutes because I wanted to
I
look
like
to
the
see
draw,
who
but
the
hate
ice
it if
maker
you're
was
neat.
at the Briar. It's Greg Owasco.
Just looks very
I like
So
the
in
draw, but I
Regina,
hate
we'll
it if
see
you're neat.
Greg.
We don't have
Oh,
that
And
way.
again, those
great ice
tendencies,
maker.
right? Again,
Yeah.
you can't overthrow it
I don't
because
really
that'll
think this
bite
is
you.
that hard.
Just don't know if we need
Like
to.
if you're planting this, you're hitting it really thin. Do you know what I mean? Is it horrible if we do this? That's, I guess, the question.
I think they just draw around though. I think that one's helping us.
Okay, but I'm not sure the guard is doing anything because this is their guard right now,
Yeah.
right? Like
No, I know,
they can't even come around that. So I think that's, I know
You could nose it and go.
should
It'll
feel the
go
guard,
across the
but what-
top.
that actually is opening this turn for them as well.
Yeah. Can we come there first, like top 4?
You got to be so precise because if you're here, they got this. If you're here, they got this. They got this.
I don't mind it.
I think we need to move this rock.
Okay.
Let's do it then.
Do you agree?
Yeah. What do you want me to hit?
I think I just want you to throw firm and I want you to hit 3/4.
Okay, let's do it.
I think 2/3 is okay.
Okay.
So this was an error. It was supposed to be back here, but it stopped in a pretty good spot. And you hear Kate. It could jam there. It could jam there. They could try to filter it through the port, but you could throw a bullet, hit it like that, and it would probably go this way. Maybe in less than that. You go to the 90-degree rule. It's more like that. So
Yeah, you got it, Mike. What weight?
Just firm.
I think this is the right call because yes, you're sitting 3, but it could get really messy with a comer on. Megan's hit so well, certainly late in the week.
Yes.
But Kate's mind was spinning there.
Hard, Kent. Hard!
Megan Walter,
Gotta go.
Elias.
Keep going. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Clean.
Oh, there's that jam.
Okay, that's good.
And we'll spill it center line, back 8.
Didn't have the angle quite figured out because they thought at contact they had it.
Okay. Where do you want ice? Do you
Sorry.
want more?
Ended up being a 9-1 as well. Shoot.
Yeah, throw peel at that.
Even where you hit
The
the
yellow
firm,
might
I think it
spill.
still
Right.
goes.
No, we need more.
Yeah, a little surprised at the weight choice.
Okay, you got her.
This is the same ice.
I think we need to try it back, like the red back, because if we just hit this, they wrap another one.
Line's good.
Danielle Schmiemann.
Close.
Had a few come up a little light and over curled on her.
Top 4. T.
Chance to make the adjustment here.
T.
Lots of room.
Back 4.
Too much room.
T line.
Oh, we've seen that before.
Right off.
Haas left.
T.
Curl if you
Tapley
can.
right.
Not if you're deep.
It'll curl here, though.
Yep, Paige. Yep.
And
yep.
off it goes.
Yep. Hard.
And around it goes. And how much is hidden? Now they'll get at the edge of the 4.
See it on that.
It's underneath.
4-9. Good shot.
Really nice adjustment from Danielle Schmiemann. That's just controlling your body speed, controlling your leg drive.
Yep.
She was lighter than she wanted to on her first. She was light with her guard last end. Sometimes you see a player make a huge adjustment, but she just is inching her way there.
I think we try to get one.
Yep.
Ken's just follow our shooter. Just take it as far out as you can.
You get really lucky, you go this way, but there's all kinds of jam possibilities.
What turn are you throwing?
Out.
That back red could haunt
You got it. You can really hold them here.
Team Manitoba here.
What am I hitting? 3/4 low?
Yeah, that's really close, Kate.
2/3 still touches it?
I think so, yep.
You got it.
Does the out turn surprise you, or do you have to play the out turn here, Joe?
You can play either turn. They've seen more of these, so I'm not surprised.
It's always more natural to go outside in for whatever reason.
Yep.
Skip stones. Cameron. Elias. Can you get to the nose and run it back? Here you go. Got it. Oh, and avoids the jam, too, by splitting the uprights.
That's just perfect because you've
Okay.
exposed only yellow left.
It's good. So close.
Nice shot.
Good throw.
It's okay. Probably would have jammed on this back one, but.
Trying to get them both. Oh,
If she would have caught that yellow on the way by, it might have jammed on the
Yeah.
side red, though.
Yeah.
Really nice throw.
Like 5-2.
5?
I think 5, yeah. Same as Daniel. Just biting top 4. Okay.
tough to put this in a good spot. And we saw
like a
it
low
just a minute
5,
ago,
or-
but you're
Yeah.
drawing
Five
around a
would be
rock that's in the
close.
rings.
Danielle's
Can't
was
be
a
deep,
4-9.
can't be wide open, can't wreck. I am negative.
Yeah, dear Lord. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you leave it high, the run back shorter. You go deep, you risk them coming down to you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Line's good.
Close light.
You can go if you have to. Line's good.
Stop 8. Gotta go.
Fighting 4.
Stop 8.
Line's good.
Hard does.
Wait only.
Going so close. Close, close, close.
Yep, line.
Stop 8. Hard.
Hard line.
Hard. Fully.
Hard.
Fighting 4.
Hard. Keep going. Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Keep going. Hard. 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 Hard.
Oh, lovely. Can't do much better, can you?
That's exactly where they wanted it.
So good.
Now you try the run back again, and again you hope for the jam if you're Alberta.
Wait only.
Really well managed by the
Yep,
sweepers.
line.
Stop 8.
Goes sideways in this spot, so they come off it at all. You lose it.
Fighting 4.
Hard. Keep
All right.
going. Hard. Hard. Keep going.
Around it
Hard.
goes, and
Hard. Hard. Hard.
does this play here concede 2?
Not necessarily, and the run back to your point, Vic, that could go wrong as we pointed out before. So this just makes so much more sense. It's a scoreboard call. The most they can ever score is 2, and if you ever roll it there,
Got it.
Yeah,
Outside edge
center.
of. That's outside edge of 8.
that's what made Kate's first run back so good. She killed one of them, but kept that back yellow open.
Final stone for Kate Cameron.
10-5. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. 10-5.
Easy.
Oh.
Weight's good.
Whoa.
Weight's
Whoa.
good.
Close.
10.
Tens.
Rock now,
Tens.
Elias.
Tens.
Ken being
Tens.
Mackenzie.
Anything.
Anything? Nope. Sits right there. So they'll have their chance for 2.
Good weight.
It's okay.
That's good weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart play there. The only disaster was the over curl.
Good, buddy.
It's okay.
So they played it conservatively, just hit it on the nose. Can't go too hard for that roll under and risk wrecking.
No
Listen
kidding.
to the crowd now as they get into it here at Winsport, realizing Alberta has a chance for a couple in their first 2-ender.
Yeah. 11-5 to 12 is probably good, hey? Yeah, 11-5. Okay.
You're right. It's interesting how everybody just suddenly disappears. Similar to 3 years ago in the bubble, everyone just becomes cardboard cutout.
Lead. 11, 5. Yep. Weight's really good. Yeah.
An opportunity you have to have. Gotta go, Haas. Stay on it, Desiree. Gotta stick there. Gotta hang around. Look out. Oh, sit down. Oh, and she'll spin away.
Yeah, one yellow. One yellow.
Unforced again. Points left on the board. Even that first, when Alberta was looking for the blank and forced to take the single hanging around there. Hit for 2 and settling for 1. So we welcome you back. 3-4 page playoff. The Scotties from Winsport Event Center here at Canada Olympic Park. And it is once again Kate Cameron and the team from the legendary Granite Curling Club in Winnipeg that has the hammer. They have the last rock playing the Red Stone.
Similar setup to the 6th end. Mackenzie Elias went behind the T line again. Alberta now they're desperate for a steal, so double guards go up. Nice separation between them.
Top 8, right here.
And
Hard,
around
guys.
they go.
Go. Good. Good, Pete. Good.
And they'll go.
That was a really good throw. I just gave way less ice.
So maybe had to work a little harder than they thought.
Still pretty nice here.
Not bad though, where it ended up. That because it over curled. That's usable for Team Manitoba now. If it's dead buried, it acts like another guard for Team Alberta.
Right. You two up with hammer. Do you really need to have one buried? You want one you can use.
Well, I've seen some teams, they call edge on edge on purpose.
100%.
Curl
You see a lot of the men's teams next week do that. Keep it open so they've got that 3-foot run back.
Yeah, just have a corner tucked so it's hard to hit and roll under.
Whoops.
Oh, that's too bad. A burnt rock.
You can try it if you want, but one's pretty big.
Yeah, I think one's good.
We were maybe tight, top 12.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth, Kels.
Alberta needs them all. They can't afford to give them away.
When you were brushing with your other player, did you really work on your angles? Because sometimes...
Yeah, and it's hard when you're going for distance as the inside sweeper. If you really got a goal to drag it, you want to get right behind the rock and have your brush just going back and like straight up and down from the rock. North-south, exactly. Because that way your broom head is in front of the running surface the entire time. You're getting maximum friction, maximum heat on the ice. Problem with that, though, is when you're right behind it, it's so easy to just catch it with your broom or catch that second sweeper.
Second sweeper's in the way all of a sudden when you change your angle, right?
You look up to take a look and judge, and all of a sudden you burnt the rock. When I was learning that technique and practicing it in practice, there were times I burnt it so bad I stopped the rock. Like it's a tricky body position. Really effective, though.
We're there. Hold there. It's your room. Just passed.
It's great.
Desiree Haas. It's so rare now that you see two sweepers on a stone. It's just the one sweeper, and as you say, maybe that handle coming back and just touching the top. Out curled is Kelsey Rock at the moment.
Clean. Just clean. Careful. Careful. Whoa, whoa. Clean. Good.
Thanks.
Just try and make it good back button kind of thing.
Yeah, my other thought was just coming here.
I don't like that either because we're not going to be...
I think you want to be like back pin then.
Okay.
All right.
Like this?
What's the difference? By going corner freezing the one top 8 and now electing to go back.
Well, if you go top 8, which is not wrong because you freeze it and you know what Manitoba's trying to do. They're trying to kill all the yellow ones they can. You'll be third shot. They're going to have to try to steal here. Being top 8 isn't going to get you a steal in most cases. So right around everything and pretend that's a guard, that red one.
From 4 sheets down to just 1 now on this championship weekend.
Lines at here tight. Right there. T-line. Little bit, yep. 4. Yep, you have to a little bit.
Back 4.
Room.
Back T.
Stay close.
Back T. Back 4.
Room.
We're all there. Back 4. Full back. Almost back 8.
Well, close.
Back 4. Back 8.
All on its own.
That's good.
And
4-5. Nice.
It's close. It looks like it is a shot, Rock. Just hanging on back 4.
You're into that time of the game, 8th, and you're into the slide path for the last quarter of the travel of that stone. It didn't slow down a fraction. Early in the week, it did a bit.
Clean. Close. Clean.
Megan Walter.
Clean.
So straight here.
Yep. Good.
And they'll just peel that center line guard.
I think you just want to straight guard the red.
Okay. How deep? Halfway tight?
Halfway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So think this through for me, Russ. You put up the center line guard. Would Cameron ever ignore it, or would they peel it again?
They could. It's a cat and mouse game. If you're Kate Cameron, you knew Alberta, you peel it, you knew they're going to throw another guard, I think I'd peel it. But you do have, Kate's got that in off her own to sit 2 buried, albeit behind the tee line. So that means you might give up a steal. So I think you have to peel this one. Joe?
Yep. Hard.
Yeah, I think maybe you'll see them on Kate's first come in when there's only one rock to come for Alberta.
Awfully long.
Did you get on that?
She's thinking about it.
Good judge. Sorry, that came off.
I didn't add a ton to that one.
Okay. Same throw.
Same throw.
Strategy will keep you up at night because you play it the other way. You make the double sit two, they steal one, and you blame it on your strategy. But a lot of it's execution.
Clean.
Clean. Careful, just clean. Good.
Good. Nice, Meg.
Interesting game for Megan Walter.
My thought
15 of her 16.
Yeah, exactly.
All
It's gonna be
hits.
hard to get them both.
I was saying, sit in the pocket,
This
make
is
her play
pretty
to it.
good. It's gonna make it tough to get both.
I think you just want to sit in the pocket. I think if you...
No, I don't think we need to be that deep, is what I'm saying. This is okay.
Yeah. I think either, top pin or here is
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
I like the peel from Kate Cameron because now if this isn't perfect, if this rock maybe ends up like here, you've got a very easy double that way. And then it could be ball game.
And even if it is perfect top button, that's such a short run on the
right.
red.
Yeah.
Alberta can't throw a guard here because they know Kate will come in and either draw in there or make a double.
Russ, you don't want to.
15.
You'd love to steal if you're Alberta, obviously, or hold them to one. But you don't want to, to my mind, put yourself in a position where the game is on the line right now for Alberta, right? You could, I mean, if you...
Yeah.
Or are you, in fact, going to throw everything at them right now?
Well, that's the million-dollar question because it kind of is on the line right now, whether you like it or not. So
Top 8.
a guard here wouldn't be terrible either.
Top 8, top 12. Yeah, keep going. Top 8. Keep going.
All right, let's keep going.
Keep going. Corner it. Whoa.
Gotta go.
Top 8, top 12.
Whoa.
Lining up. They overlapped it now.
16 on that.
I think it does.
Is it coming down through the middle there? That clock to 16.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I still think it's
Last shot.
at all. 2.5.
I like that.
We heard the word
2.5
drag.
It doesn't, but I still think we do this
I do
anyways,
too.
right? Do you like right there?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
This
Kate.
You might get
this
some
rock's
movement on the
going.
line.
That's not a very good line. This rock's going kind of there, but
Follow the red one through here.
the
Kels.
yellow wants to
If
go
I hit
that
it
way
thick, I
because they're
think it
close
goes
together.
back.
It could affect this. If they were frozen, you could get that red one to go that way. But they're not frozen, so those two arrows on the left, Vic, it's going somewhere in between those two because it's close together.
I think you might get some curl on the lines.
I think they'll get a wee bit of drag, so it's aiming at Megan's left foot, which misses the yellow completely, but I think it's going to get quite close to it if you can hit this maybe thick half.
Yep. Yes.
Keep it on the side.
Yes. Whoa.
Elias.
Whoa.
Watch that red. Got it. Goodness. No in between. Right on the mark.
I didn't think it was coming back that thick.
When they're that close together, you get some drag, not as much as you would if they're frozen, but it made that look easy.
But I also feel like
No, I like it. Yeah.
Is she freezing?
She's throwing those so well. Any back motion that falls right off the center line, anything soft, it curls up a hair. That just ran the line the whole way down the sheet.
Okay, her best game was last night. 89, Cameron. She's brought it up to 91 and has the lead on the scoreboard. The player numbers brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Yep.
Needs this double.
Here we go. Try to hold it up. Pause. Have you got the double? 1, 2. Kick it. Get it. Go on. Go on. Oh, it will not.
So close. Just one of those days
It
for
is.
Selena Sturmey.
Yeah.
This is a 10.
Now, we had talked earlier
I'll throw it. Good.
that these stones were Briar stones a year ago, before the event even started. They were reconditioned. Hitting bands may not have been as lively as we've come to expect. Was that a case of a less lively stone, or did she not just hit it properly?
She hit it in the right spot, throw it a little harder and it goes, or a little thinner and it goes.
Air thinner, yeah.
Weight's good.
Whoa, max line.
Weight's good.
Kens.
Kens.
Hard Kens.
Kens to touch it.
Elias. Wow.
Hard Kens.
Hard,
Don't want to
buddy.
give it away here. You have a chance for 2. Oh my gosh, and she will. It's Christmas Day. They're giving gifts. You have to think 2 points there would have made it 7-3. But the missed opportunity. Rolling out, settling for just 1. Now in 9, down by 3. And Alberta once again has last rock. Selena Sturmey playing the Yellowstones.
Yep. Hard.
Good. Okay, just choked it off.
So in they go. Up goes the corner from Alberta. Center line guarding.
You agree it's not on the line?
It's on the line. Correct. Not on the line.
Not on the line?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can play it. So what's your first
Back
thought
line.
here, Joe?
Okay.
If you're Sturmey.
Des threw a couple here. They run
We got a
pretty
break.
good. Okay.
Are you looking for
Our
that?
attempt here is
I think so, yeah. that should be locked.
Certainly one. Hopefully two, or do you play in a style which may give you 3, or you let the game and the end develop?
I think you have to be aggressive here and go for your 2 if you're Team Alberta. You can't just have one corner and try to make it work and give Manitoba the opportunity to blast. Need at least 2 to get this game within striking distance. And if you're Alberta, I think that might be the first shot Kate's missed all game. So you're thinking, let's try to give her something precise. Might get a miss out of her now.
No question.
Okay, copy.
It's just a different level of pressure now.
I did say top 8, but do you like tight?
Top 8? No, I like it. I just asked.
Well, tight's actually pretty good, because otherwise they're making a roll in the double.
Okay.
As well as Kate's played, there has to be a little bit of doubt after that one.
Well, it was wild. She's made so many precise hits.
It was just I had already written the 2
It's
down.
okay, Cal.
I think that has to be a mental lapse. Like easy nose hit for 2. That pretty much would have sealed the game.
A little heavy, do you think she was, or hair too much ice? Or?
Top 12.
Hard to say.
Looked pretty good.
She was saying hard to hit it early, so maybe a little outward on release, because that's scary on this ice.
Yeah, where might be in.
You need to curl.
We're full 12.
Maybe get the shooter in if we're just clicking it thin enough, too.
Make a bit.
Got 5-4 on this. It should be
Kens. Good.
And down to it.
Fine. 15.
Nothing's under cover.
Yeah, we can run this a lot. Got her.
Soft weight cannot roll out. Try to roll this over behind the yellow corner.
They were so precise with these last night against Caitlin Laws. Need one now.
11.
11.
Just go nose.
Weight's good.
Clean.
11-5.
Whoa. Yep. Hard for
11-5.
nose. Hard for nose.
Hard to know.
Hard.
11-5.
Whoa.
Good shot, Des.
And we'll release the back one.
Really good change of plans there halfway down. They were trying to roll. They weren't going to roll. They didn't want to roll a couple of inches, and then the yellow can be removed.
Take half.
They changed the call,
One's
brushed
fine.
it.
All right, you got it. Let's make it.
Solid close.
Yep.
Could jam here too, Joanne. Stranger things.
Kelsey Rock.
This is where Kelsey flashed in the 7th end.
Yep.
Whoa.
Want to make sure you get one.
Whoa. Okay, that's fine.
And it'll
so close.
just slide underneath.
Top T.
Top 4.
It's been a while since anyone's thrown through here. I don't think it's going to be slow.
No, I think this will be nice.
Yeah,
Still.
like it should be
I'm saying it
fine.
might dig a little more than the other ones.
I don't think so,
don't
Des.
think
I
so.
think it'll be just as good. My corners have been running really good.
Okay, just top 8.
You got it.
Really nice information from Paige Papley for Des. Hasn't thrown a draw in a while. A little bit of a guess. You're the sweeper. You just don't want an overthrow here.
That's the important thing is all the shots are a little bit of a guess, and all 4 of them got involved in that to kind of guess what this is actually going to do.
Top 12. Line straight. Top 12.
A lot of shots Vic or missed because you just didn't figure out the speed in that spot.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard to bounce. Keep going. Go, Paige. Go, 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 go.
And we'll, oh gee, leave them overlap just a little bit. It's the long route, though. If you come out of this 3-4 page playoff, of course, you go into a semifinal, have to win that, and then win the championship. But hey, Carrie Anderson has done it the last couple of years. And then Heather Nedowin in 2012. Jones has done it twice, and then Kelly Law. That was a great year for BC in 2000, wasn't it? Didn't they win them both? I think so.
Yes, Greg McCauley beat
Greg
me in the rare
McCauley.
final.
Yeah,
Thanks
look
a
at
lot,
you.
Vic. Thank you.
Good for you.
More negative stuff.
But I hate this if we like roll right on top of it.
Thick, and even if it stuffs over here.
It could go there. It could go there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if we try to get the 40 here
I think
even.
so.
Okay.
They got a very fortunate angle there, Alberta.
I do think if you're 3/4, it's really close to going through.
Okay.
Going doubling these off and putting it through the hole would be quite an
For
accomplishment.
what you called.
It's close to going through that hole, but look how small the hole is. There's a wonderful angle there. If it ticks anything, it might stay with 2 yellow in the rings.
Throw this with quite a bit of speed, I would expect.
A little look over the shoulder by Kate Cameron. Megan Walter.
Yep. Whoa.
You almost want to hit it thick enough that you
No,
get
no,
the
no,
frozen
no,
one
no,
and unleash it.
No. Go between.
And watch it glue it.
Great
Oh,
shot.
going over the
Brilliant.
top. I thought it might just end up going to the corner.
And that was more like a normal weight takeout, and you saw the result. It would have been tempting to throw a lot more weight there, hit it in the same spot, and then you know it's going to roll out.
Fighting my line on that one.
It wasn't coming all that hard. Very fortunate got that gear effect, that big spin. Allowed it to keep on moving.
Yeah, just loop around everything. Like back 8-ish.
Good shot. Staggards are gone.
Right around everything?
Yellow's gone.
Back 8 is good.
Not a lot of danger now.
Speed's the same as when you lost third here.
Yeah, it goes nice here. Back
Wow.
8, not much more than my.
You would think over the course of
Yeah, same as really
43 Scotties that they would meet, but they haven't. Manitoba and Alberta in a 3-4. But it is the Page playoff, of course, that in 95 led to 3-4s.
Top max. Line's close. All there. Back 8. Close for line. Back 8. Line's great. We're all there. Back 8. Line's great. Back 8's where I
Very
want
impressed, Vic, with the strategy from this Alberta team.
Oh, I'm
Back
sorry,
eight where I
but you're
want it.
talking about me.
That would be a negative.
Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
And sliding it to the back edge. Shot rock still belongs to Manitoba. Why, what impresses you?
Well, just things like that. The understanding under pressure, the moment. How do I generate a miss?
It always catches.
There's no
man.
guards. They turned them into guards by going back behind the tee line. So many teams are told, don't go behind the tee line. The soft weight approach has worked so far this week.
Close. Yep. Hair down. Yes. Whoa. 10. Whoa. 9-5. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Follow it.
You should just catch it.
Good shot.
Good.
And yeah, it catches it.
I got a 9.
Okay. Where do you like?
I was gonna say you could freeze that, come around that.
Probably just leaves that.
Yeah.
Scratching.
It's a little risky, but similar line.
That's so precise, yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I love that.
I think it's either you kind of have to do that or you need to be.
Like back, yeah. I'll try and just be third.
Which
here.
that's tough not to leave the shot over what you're throwing. I just think if you're open and high, it's terrible.
Yeah, she's got an easy double.
This is probably the most room for error here.
I don't think there is much. Yeah, I
You're
guess.
full 8.
Okay.
You know, we talked
Did you ever-
earlier in the week.
Corner freeze that one? Or no?
Could just nose
Even
it,
if
I
you tap
guess.
it a hair?
You could just nose it.
Nose is a good call.
But I think that's the call.
You like nosing it?
I think this is just all or nothing. Like
I know. I just
whoever
don't.
lined it
If
up
I
bad.
chap off, that's the end of it.
Hit or even that way.
Yeah, nose.
We're
I think
getting-
is fine. She's probably. She might. She probably is taking a crack at this, but
Can roll a hair more to make it a little harder.
yeah. Do you like the nose?
Yeah, it's whatever you want to throw.
I'm.
I think my gut was telling me this.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make her make something.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You try to freeze in here,
it's in the same
everything
spot.
can go wrong. It can end up, it can end up there, and you cue it up. It could end up bouncing off, and you're in big trouble. The nose had some merit, Joanne, because you go there. Yes, Kate's got a double, but she still has to make it, and then you've got a chance for your 2.
Fighting 8's not bad.
Thought Selena made a good point though with the freeze. Even if it's where the rock was, just full 8 in front of it, that plays too.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Maybe a little less.
You know,
What was
this
that
is
last one?
4-5, 4-6.
Schmiemann. Danielle doesn't necessarily feel comfortable with this shot.
No.
Now she has to refocus.
Yeah, it just has to be so precise.
Line's good.
Got a little light.
Little light. You can go left. Line's
Top
good.
8.
Line's great.
Top 12.
Pause and
Great.
paddling.
Try and be to it.
Not quite to it. Full 12.
Gotta go.
Big scrub.
Hard. 8 foot.
Here we go. Here comes the crowd now.
Hard.
They're all trying to help her out here. Get it down there.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Take a little
whoa.
bit more. Oh, and they'll not quite
Line
get to
7.
the face. But a really nice reset by
Sweeping.
Danielle Schmiemann.
Good sweep.
Just doesn't apply
Strip
any
it.
pressure. That's the
Capture
problem. Would you ever, Joanne? It's probably not with the score the way it is, but that
Okay. Same way
is
as me.
actually makeable. Risky.
Yeah, I think if you really had to,
now, so.
for sure. But for Kate Cameron giving up 2 here, she's pretty happy.
Oh, no, that's just it.
You got it.
To make it go.
You got it.
Like that one. Stuff feels the same there.
Yeah, and timed good. Hair less. I like that.
Skip Stones in the 9th.
Yep.
Cameron first.
Yep. Yep. Clean. Whoa, clean. Whoa.
Just on the corner.
Whoa,
Push
whoa.
it through. Don't
Clean,
come
you're
up
fine.
too much.
Good. Good, Kate.
And away to go.
Good shot. Good shot. Good.
Really good.
Good, Kate. I think that's more than enough to stay high.
Okay, you got it.
Try it again.
Yep. Yeah, try it again. And do not throw it 3 inches heavy. It'll kick off. It'll be a double opportunity. I heard the back
15
end.
and a quarter.
Alberta saying it hasn't come off at all. It felt normal. It timed right.
I think if
What a
you-
great
like, if you
surface.
can,
Had a
you could only
15-4 on full 8,
you really?
9th end. That's incredible. It's a good 6 feet faster than it was earlier in the week.
Finally got a wee bit of moisture in the building. I think that's helping too.
Selena Sturmey, her first.
Close. Over there. To it.
Okay, well then.
Close.
Trying to glue
Line's
this to
good.
the face.
it.
Shot rock, top
Bit
4.
of room right now.
Top 8 coming off.
Okay, line's good.
Top 8.
4.
Top
Got
4.
it,
To it.
line.
To it.
Close.
To it.
Close. Yep.
Now,
To it.
Haas.
Whoa.
Little
Need
light.
a little help.
Hard does.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not to it. Whoa.
Yeah, they knew top 8, and that's where it lands.
6-5-4. Okay.
Well, somebody at home may be saying, okay, you have brushes out there. We know that you can carry a stone. Why didn't you try and carry it right down to the face of that?
Yeah, just a bit of a sweeping error. They saw it perfectly.
A 9?
They were just waiting as long as they could, waited a little too long.
I never want to bring the curl into this, that this is important.
Come off the hair. Sorry?
Did come off the hair.
Yeah. What was that one? 5-4. Which is
Okay, let's do it then. Right? Yeah. Do you like it?
I like it.
9.
Let's do it.
Edge rock?
Yeah, like you can.
Kate Cameron obviously is removing this rock, and once they
Make the roll
know
for
it's not
Sturmey.
going this way, you can actually see a sliver of that back one. If you could thread the needle and tick that on the way by,
We at least roll and
it's not dangerous if it looks good halfway down.
got it, Kate.
I don't want to
Like
throw
just
any less.
This spot on the
I
ice,
like it.
you have to be a little tight, if
again.
anything, to make, because it floats. This is scary.
But, you know, dead on with speed, you're still pretty safe.
Final stone for Kate Cameron.
Little up. 8-5.
Leads by 3.
Clean. Clean.
It's about Megan
8-5.
Walter's line
Clean
call
it.
now.
Just clean it. You're rolling out.
That's fine.
That's good, Kate. Good.
And not even trying, so they'll just drive that through.
That's the only way to miss that one.
It's fine. I just have more set.
Pretty good in by both teams.
Yep.
8-5.
Well, it's going to give Alberta a chance if they can make this. 7th was a giveaway. Desperate, though, for a deuce here.
11-5. Okay. You got her.
She must be throwing that like 9.5.
Dermay, oh goodness.
12.
Out of her hand, picked up right away. Haas. Haas, and you can hear Schmiemann. Stay with it. You have a chance for 2. Oh, and they'll kill it on the way by. Shake of the head. So here we go to the 10th, 6-4. And it is Manitoba with last rock and the hog stone by Alberta's Paige Papley. Didn't get across the hog line, so they'll kick that to the cushion. Center line guard had gone up initially from Papley. And then around and deep to the back 4 by Cameron, and here they go again as we play the last of the lead stone.
It happens time and time and time again. Joanne can speak to it as playing lead for a while. You want as much separation as you can get, and the first guard was kind of in the middle, so you want to just lob it over the hog line, and they were within an inch.
And with those high guards, they're going to curl a little bit earlier, and that can get into some new stuff. It's not on the same draw line as you see all game, but if you don't make that big weight adjustment, it gets on that draw line, and you end up with guards that are too tight together. You have to go for it in those ones that you're just looking to be over, and she was 2 inches too light.
Heavy. Close. Heavy. You're running. Halfway. Head, feet. You're running. Halfway.
Desiree Haas.
Solid half.
So now to your point, this one's out in the good stuff.
Probably close to that
and it
one.
could end up freezing to the rock they wanted to stay away from.
Yep. 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 Okay. It's fine. All right.
What Joanne's trying to say, Vic, is
Oh, it's
that this
coming
area
back.
here
Right
that
there.
eventually, in 90% of the cases, gets a little slower. The one they hogged,
Nuts.
bent early, got into that mud a little sooner. That last one didn't and stayed out in the good stuff.
Like 2 inches. Okay.
Quarter rock.
Okay.
Nice and smooth.
That's his new toy, Joe. Kelsey Rock.
Whoa, whoa.
The yellow could end up sticking on something in the rings.
Curl, curl, curl.
Touch it.
Oh dear, so they'll get rid of one. We did some figuring between
Straight guard
or
this.
during the break. So in 7 and 8,
Yeah, just a little less add.
Sturmey left points
Gonna
on
give you
the
a hair
ice.
left.
Gave away a steal of 1 and 4. And then remember back in 1 was forced to take, couldn't get the blank. So she's either tied, you make your shots, she's either tied, may even have the lead now. But trails by 2, and Cameron does have last rock.
Hard.
Got a break there. That was a pretty simple double.
Keep going.
This is in the middle early again, though, Russ.
Yeah, it is. And into the mud.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh dear.
The ice makers get mad at me when I say into the mud. It's just that fraction slower. And to your point, they get into that corner early.
So here's our point. Gave away a point in 9, did Sturmey. Point in 7. Have those were tied, but there's the big difference right there. Kate Cameron, a 90% game. She had her best game yesterday. Improves on that, and Sturmey struggles. The game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue.
Hey, buddy, 4 more.
Heard Kate say to Megan, 4 more.
Good, Kels.
That's
Yeah, don't lose focus, huh?
count down the rocks.
Where are they going to go with this?
They're just replacing that center line guard again. They'll have to hope for a bonked peel now.
Okay, so you don't. I know it's difficult, but you wouldn't come in and play the shot rock down at the back?
They will. They'll just wait one
Eventually,
more shot.
okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm just
You go in too early, you give Manitoba too many chances to clear everything out.
Halfway.
just
Room. Just inside half.
a little anxious, a little premature.
Yeah, a little impatient there, Vic.
Just inside. Tight. 6-2.
Got to give full credit here to Kate Cameron and company.
Oh.
They did just an excellent job mapping out the sheet, figuring out what the ice was doing early.
And keeping their heads, too, you know. New position for this team as well.
Yeah. The fact that Kate hasn't skipped in a while, I think
Yep,
she's
yep,
read the
yep.
surface beautifully.
Yeah, and for me, just
Clean.
how much
Oh,
she's
careful,
leaning into the moment.
careful.
Sometimes you see
Clean, you're
people
good.
talk less,
Nice,
they get a
nice,
little
nice.
tight. She's, if anything, talking the most we've seen all week.
Okay, but then also, though, all 4 of
It'll be
Cameron's
similar
team
line.
have Scotty's experience. Only Haas for Sturmey. So that experience,
Probably less. This path is coming.
knowing what to expect,
Nice throw, Meg.
may be paying off here.
Oh, of course. And I mean, this is Kate's 7th Scotties. So
Yeah.
you can see her leading her team. There was an end where she wanted to play one shot the team didn't want to. And she explained all the reasons why the shot they wanted to play was wrong. It was so convincing, so authoritative. And that helps when you're in these big
Line's good.
moments.
All there. All there right now. Line's good. Back
Now they're going
forward.
in, Vic.
Line's great, all you.
2 choices here. They're going to play the come around freeze. You could also tap the red
forward.
back.
Little bit of room right now.
This makes the
Whoa.
most sense.
Back four. Whoa. Small bump. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Daniel Schmiemann.
Good.
There you go. That'll give you a little hope.
Front half
Give a little hope to the crowd as well.
Throw it the same, 3/4. Throw it the same.
I should get them all. Okay.
You can get it that way, but if you get it that way, every one of them will spill. So you hit it so it's not necessarily to stay, but hit it solid or hit it across the top of the rock. Everything will spin.
Yep. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Right out of her
Really
hand.
hard.
Picked up now. Megan Walter. Here's Elias.
Hard.
Can you spill everything? Bang! No, and that one will go. So they've got 2 left, and they have to make them count, Alberta.
You can back that up.
Shooter, buddy.
Suggesting you could have got everything, but it was slightly more dangerous. That's the way to play it. Now, even if there's a perfect freeze played, you hammer it, you should have a wide one hit on your last one.
Don't get it now. You just get the
Yeah,
back.
I can't lose.
Just have one hit.
Probably a high 4.
Yeah. Yeah, high 4 is really close.
Sounds good.
It's really similar to the path we threw last time.
Okay.
Like it.
Mine's good. Little light.
Just a couple feet slower
Okay.
as this comes over the hog line.
Top 8.
Right into
little
the
bit of room.
right-handed slide path at the end here.
Top
4.
Thought it was a little light out of her hand.
Top 4.
Got to curl quite a bit.
We're there, we're there, we're there. Oh,
Page, if you can.
can't. We're just back team.
No, we're not on it.
Right next to it.
No,
It's really good.
No.
And next to it they are. Make it go away.
The speed was perfect.
Dream shot to have here.
You got it, Kate. Yeah, we were just rolling the piss out of those in our hand.
Yep.
So now she gathers herself. Schmeeman. Alberta can only watch.
For like a hair less?
Yeah,
I
this
like this.
run.
Hair less. My back makes up a lot, so
Yeah.
you got it.
I can know
Oh,
this.
here we go. Slow clap from the crowd.
You got it, Kate. Throw it good.
To refocus.
With a chance to run Alberta out of stones. Kate Cameron.
Clean.
Just clean. Elias on the brush. As the brushes go up. And away it goes. Manitoba and Cameron are on to the semifinal. Make the final Manitoba 6 and Alberta 4. And so now they'll have a date tonight, or tomorrow afternoon, pardon me, with the loser of tonight's 1-2 game from the Granite Curling Club in Winnipeg. Kate Cameron, Megan Walter, Kelsey Rock, and Mackenzie Elias are on to the final 3. And a dream event for Selena Sturmey comes to an end with the loss after going 7-1 in pool play. They rebounded after the loss to Jones with one of their best games, beating Caitlin Laws, but just were off their game today, particularly their skipper, Selena Sturmey. She's on the bench. And coaching now, Taylor McDonald. Manitoba and Cameron are through.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by Home Hardware. Here's how.
They've played super consistent from lead to skip. They're all playing very well and not making very many mistakes. And so you know when you play them, any mistake they make, you have to capitalize on, and you have to make very few mistakes yourself. So it's going to be a battle, and we know we're going to have to play our very best.
She's had a phenomenal week, and her team are such great curlers that we know we're going to have to bring our A game. It's about making those big ones and being in the moment and supporting each other out there and just battling as a team.
Well, if this was the final, we'd say, wow. Well, it's going to be a matchup in the 1-2-page playoff when we join you tonight. 3-time champion Holman, 6-time champion Jones. One of them will go right through to the final tomorrow night. The loser will slide into the semifinal now against Kate Cameron and the team from the Granite in Winnipeg. That's when we join you at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Stay with us. Curling Day in Canada is coming up from Melfort in Saskatchewan. We want to thank Selena Sturme and her entire team for their cooperation. Wish them well till we see them again. And until we see you again, thank you for joining us. The Scotties Tournament of Hearts on Canada's sports leader, TSN.
It is Curling Day in Canada.
This is what the day is about. It's about being out. It's about seeing this, the curlers behind us.
Punchville, baby!
We say hello, Canada. Come on, come on! Oh, goodness!
Curling in and of itself is such an amazing part of the fabric of smaller towns. Let's go! Let's go! Ah!
Happy Curling Day in Canada, presented by PharmaSave. And yes, for the second straight year, we are hosting a Curling Day in Canada festival. Your 2024 version comes from Melfort, Saskatchewan, about 160 kilometers northeast of Saskatoon, and embracing the love of curling today. Yes, hello and welcome to Curling Day in Canada, a day all about celebrating the sport and shining a spotlight on the game our country loves. I'm Lindsay Hamilton here in Toronto, while my co-host, Canadian Curling Hall of Famer Bob Weeks, is staying nice and cozy at the Northern Lights Arena, home of the Melfort Mustangs hockey team. Bob, how is Melfort treating you so far?
Boy, we have been overwhelmed by the hospitality here, and you mentioned those Mustangs. They played last night. They had a big 7-0 win, but now this rink has been changed into the big festival, as you're going to find out. And Melfort is, I don't know how to describe it. It is a city. It is amazing. It's a small town of about, well, city of 6,000 or so people, but they have exploded with curling love. And like any small center in Canada, the hub of the center is usually the curling club.
It was really exciting. Didn't really expect it, but yeah, very exciting. And the whole community has really rallied behind this event, especially in the past few days here. There's lots to talk about it.
It was exciting for everybody. Like I said, we've been building on this for a long time. We've been raising money and increasing our league sizes and increasing our membership base. And so when we were able to put this kind of cherry on the top, I think everybody was really excited and looking forward to getting to work and putting on a great show.
I think it was pretty awesome to see. I mean, it was a big task to take. We started planning back about a year ago, so I mean, for what it is, it's pretty good.
I think anytime you can bring a national audience to a small town, it's a great thing, right? So having TSN here, having some local talent, some professional talent here, putting on a big show, I think it's only going to increase curling in our community and the visibility of our community as a whole.
It makes just brings the community together, I guess you could say. And the event itself, it's not just curling, it's lots of fun things and just trying to get people to come out and have a lot of fun.
I think it'll just show people that curling is a sport that can be all ages, and that, you know, it's a great part of Melfort.
We've seen curlers from across the country who have also joined in on the celebrations. Keep posting your Curling Day in Canada experiences using the hashtag Curling Day in Canada. We'll keep sharing your photos and videos throughout the show, so stay tuned and watch those. Now, we need to bring in our third member of the group and the only Sasky on the team here. Here's Britt Dort. And Britt, you were here late last night watching a transformation and really seeing a small town rally around this event.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to start by saying a proud Saskatchewanian, that's for sure. We know how much Saskatchewan people love their curling. They also do love their hockey. And despite the fact there is a lot of action happening behind both of us right now for this Curling Day in Canada festival, just less than 24 hours ago, it was the place to be for local hockey fans and players. On Friday night, the community of Melfort comes out to support their local junior hockey team.
Saskatchewan kid, always kind of grew up and knew what the SJHL was. Lots of great talent goes through it, and it's awesome to come on in front of the fans in Melfort and see all the support.
As the final buzzer goes, the Mustangs celebrate yet another win in front of their home crowd. And from there, the community-owned team rallies around an exciting event taking over their rink.
I'm just giving back to, kids, people that support us, because I was there one day too as a small kid, and getting all the support and giving it back now is definitely huge. So yeah, love doing that.
We want to give back, and it's important for our hockey players to know that and do that, and I think it really sets them up for their future in life and really matures them and gives them a sense of giving back, which is very important, whether you're in Melfort or when they start their careers later in life.
A different ice sport is being celebrated in Melfort today, as Northern Lights Palace Arena is now home to Curling Day in Canada.
It's not something you see too often in small towns like this, so yeah, to bring people in, and to notice what small towns are really made of is it's really good to bring that to Melfort here.
It's fantastic, to be nationally recognized. That curling rink and the people that are involved there work very hard, and they do a great job with the facility, but also the organization. And curling's really taken off in Melfort, and even our guys have been involved in it, through a little bit here through the season, and they have a lot of fun with it.
And I think we actually found the newest Melfort Mustangs fan in Bob Weeks. We got to experience his first SJHL game last night, Lindsay. So I will say, Bob, you better get your stake in the Mustangs because they already clinched a playoff spot this year.
I just want to see the Maple Leafs do that and set the boards down for the Raptors after their next game. But really, what a great story of community coming together.
I love it, Bob. All right, so from a small city all the way to New Zealand now, the love of curling is international. Now, New Zealand isn't exactly known as a hotbed for curling, so when the men's national team wanted to strengthen their training, they decided to move to Calgary to be closer to some of the best facilities and coachings curling has to offer. One small problem, though. They had nowhere to live. Salim Volji has more.
Whenever in a lifetime will a curling rink from New Zealand come and live in a retirement residence?
It's not what the New Zealand curling team ever planned when they decided to chase their dreams and move to Calgary for training, spending their winter living with the residents of Chartwell Colonel Belcher Retirement Home.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a process in the making. We had basically put the call out on social media and spoken to a friend of ours who works within the Australian Curling Federation. We talked to her and said, do you know anyone who might be able to host us or a bit of accommodation somewhere just to kind of cut costs for us? She actually posted on Facebook and it went kind of viral and got picked up by Cassandra here at Chartwell, who pitched it to her team.
So I actually saw the post on the World Curling Federation social media pages. They shared that this men's curling team from New Zealand was looking for just short-term rental housing while they were here training in Calgary. The residents were always watching the Scotties together, the Briars. They're big curling fans, so I know that they would welcome them very easily.
The average age at Chartwell Colonel Belcher is 84, and dinner is served at 4:30 p.m. However, the retirement home's newest residents are keeping the Canadian seniors young at heart.
Oh my goodness, it's just wonderful. Couldn't be any better. Makes us feel nice and young again. having them around.
Every time the guys come down for breakfast, they always have a lineup of people coming up and wishing them the best and stuff like that. It's really good. It boosts the morale here.
I think it's something that they're really thankful to be a part of, both the team, us, and the residents. It's a new experience, something that nobody's ever really been a part of, so I think that's really exciting.
Team New Zealand has adapted to life in the retirement community as well. Activities normally reserved for senior citizens like bridge and bingo have become part of the Kiwis' weekly routine.
It's been great. We bump into people all the time in the hallways and that sort of thing and have some really good chats. We've gone for breakfast with them, happy hour on a Friday afternoon and that sort of thing.
It's been incredible. Everyone here has been amazing, really friendly, really inviting, and to be honest, the experience as a whole has just been way more than what we could ever imagine.
The residents have become the team's biggest fans, and they keep close tabs on their practice schedule, often boarding buses and heading over to the rink to watch the team train. Many of the residents are former curlers themselves and are eager to offer advice.
So far, they are coming out very straight. I've talked to a few of the guys. I was a curler, and they say the ice is very good.
The living arrangements are something neither the residents nor the team would have ever imagined, but it's been a great adventure for both sides as they embrace their odd couple living experience as much as possible.
Honestly, the biggest piece of advice that I've kind of taken on board from what we've kind of been told and what they've been talking to us about was honestly just have fun and live life and just enjoy it. We're here chasing a dream and trying to achieve something pretty special, but at the same time, we've actually really got to enjoy living our lives and make the most of it because we know it's not going to last forever.
The New Zealand curlers will stay here at the Colonel Belcher Retirement Residence in Calgary until March, before they leave to Scotland to train ahead of the 2024 World Men's Curling Championship in Switzerland. Their long-term goal is to qualify for the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy. Salim Valji, TSN, Calgary.
Thanks, Salim. I'm glad the guys found a new home, and best of luck qualifying for the 2026 Olympics. Well, speaking of the Olympics, someone who knows that experience very well is Olympic gold medalist Jennifer Jones. And a little more than a week after announcing that this will be her last Scotties, Jones is showing she is going out at the top of her game. But will the fairy tale ending continue as she goes up against a red-hot Rachel Homan's rink? With more, here's Vic Rauter.
Lindsay, thank you. Hello, Canada, and welcome to Calgary. And yes, that, of course, was the big news, Joe, that she's going to retire from the four-person game, still continue to play in mixed doubles. I'm amazed. You know, she always just says simply, I love the game, and I think that still holds true to this day. It's not that she doesn't love the game anymore, that she's got some other priorities, and so she'll continue on mixed doubles.
Yeah, hard to believe this is the last time we're going to see Jennifer Jones at a Scotties, and so special to watch her out there. And Jennifer Jones is still Jennifer Jones. She's out there rising to the occasion, and playoff Jones is a whole different animal.
Absolutely. Look at the shot making. It's still there for her, and this was in a qualifier against Selena Sturmey of Alberta, and Selena was just eliminated in the 3-4 page, but there it is, lined up for her. How many times have we seen this from a 6-time champion? Jennifer Jones runs it back, bang. And now it sets up, of course, this matchup, which really could be, and we would be thrilled if this was the gold medal game with Rachel Homan. And this rivalry for Jones, the fact that she can step on the ice, still be competitive against Rachel Homan.
Unbelievable career, unbelievable matchup. But what is even more unbelievable this year is the announcement of the retirement and how the teams handled it. We talked about it with Team Canada. And I give a lot of credit to the three young ones because they're basically been fired. What's their future? Where do they go from here? Are they taking phone calls? No, they're right here concentrating, and they're trying to win a championship for Jennifer Jones.
Oh, so now you've got Rachel Homan, 3 championships, but this year, for some reason, don't you think she's as focused as she's ever been? Look at the kind of shot that she made yesterday against Carrie Einarson, 4-time champion, and her ending came yesterday. Look at this.
Yeah, for Rachel Homan, she's drawing so well. It's this precision on these peel weight hits. The intensity in her eyes, she is making these all week long, and when it mattered most against Einarson.
It is remarkable, the amount of work, Russ, that she puts in, not only on the ice, off the ice. She watches video. That's how really deeply she goes into the game.
First person I saw when I walked in this building was Donnie Bartlett, and he just looked at me and said, I just can't believe how much they practice. And it's stuff off the ice, too. They're ready.
Don Bartlett is the two-time Canadian champion with Kevin Martin. He is here as their coach. It is going to be a wonderful game tonight. And just look what they bring to the table. The number of appearances, the number of wins, 6 titles for Jones, trying to become the first ever 7 and a 4th for Rachel Homan. Hope you'll join us tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. It is Homan against Jones. My goodness. Winner right through to the final. The loser will play Kate Cameron in the semi.
You know, I've had a chance to cover Jennifer Jones for a lot of her career, and Jennifer Jones really is, I don't know how you can describe someone who's more passionate about the game, someone who is more driven to try and create great shots. I don't think she's so focused exclusively on winning, but she just wants to be the best. And it was actually at a Curling Day in Canada show about 3 or 4 years ago, I think it was in Moose Jaw, where we actually announced her as the greatest woman curler of all time and having the greatest shot of all time. Lindsay, she's certainly going to go out in style, it looks like. Oh,
absolutely. It'll be fun to watch. No doubt an incredible matchup. But I should note, Jennifer Jones isn't tough to keep that fairy tale ending going, Bob. Rachel Homan's rink, 47-5 on the season. That includes 37-1 against Canadian teams. So be sure to tune in later on tonight. We're just getting warmed up. We'll have more from Curling Day in Canada from Melfort, Saskatchewan after the break, including a heartfelt reflection on Sandra Schmirler. Well, there are a number of Curling Day in Canada contests going on, including people sharing their best curling stories. Look at some of these costumes. And this year's winner will get an all-expenses-paid trip for 4 to the closing weekend at next year's Brier. You have until 11:59 Eastern tonight, so get going. Vote for your favorite at curlingcanada.ca.
Honestly, Sandra Schmirler, she left such a legacy in our province and in this country, and just to be from the same place as her, we hope hopefully make the same kind of impact that she had on this sport and show the same kind of love and determination that she had.
Sandra Schmirler was an amazing competitor. She was feisty. I loved her feistiness. I remember watching her win the Olympics in 1998, and that was kind of my first moment of seeing curling at that level, and really inspired me to chase my dreams.
She's the all-time, person that you think of when you think of curling and success, and just everything that she has done for the sport of curling is just unbelievable.
I definitely look up to that, and I try to be like her.
Well, the list of amazing Canadian female curlers is a long one. Jennifer Jones, Colleen Jones, Rachel Homan, just to name a few. But there is only one queen of curling. Sandra Schmirler left us far too soon, but her legacy lives on through her foundation and the love of curling she's inspired in others. Here's her oldest daughter, Sarah England.
I am Sarah England, and my mom is Sandra Schmirler. For those who don't know, my mom was a part of the 1998 Olympic women's curling team who captured Canadians' hearts, winning the gold medal. My grandma always shared stories about my mom on how she played different sports growing up, but it wasn't until she tried curling in grade 7 gym class where she really fell in love. She stuck with it throughout high school and university, but it wasn't until she joined forces with Jan Becker, Joan McCusker, and Marcy Gooderite that she started making her mark on the world curling stage. In the first year together, my mom's team won provincials, and 2 years later, they won their first Scotties title, giving a Saskatchewan rink its first Scotties win in 13 years. They competed at Worlds and won the gold medal. My mom would go on to win 2 more Scotties as well as 2 more World Championships. In 1998, curling became a medal sport at the Olympics for the first time. My mom and the team wanted nothing more than to represent Canada, but first she would have to conquer the Canadian Olympic trials. It took a little magic from Schmirler the curler to make it happen.
What a shot! What a great shot! What a spectacular shot by the reigning world champion, Sandra Schmirler.
The Olympic win showed my mom's determination. They refused to lose. In 2000, my mom lost a hard-fought battle with cancer. I don't remember a lot of her sickness, but one special moment my grandma shared with me was in September 1999. I was celebrating my 2nd birthday. My mom was in the palliative care unit, so we were hosting my birthday there. Every time I gift, I would bring it over and show it to her in her bed. To me, it was a magical birthday, but I obviously didn't know at the time that it would turn out to be the last one we would celebrate together. People always say that in the darkest times, something will always make things brighter. I think that's exactly what the Sandra Schmirler Foundation did. In the darkest times of losing someone as influential as my mom, the foundation was born and brought so much hope and light to the future. The foundation helps to ensure that every baby born too sick, too small, and too early has the necessary life-saving equipment and the chance to grow up and be a champion like my mom. It was a vision of her close friends and family to honor her amazing life, which touched the hearts of so many Canadians. As her daughter, I am so proud that the legacy and memory continues to live on, and the foundation is a living example of that each and every day. Including the most recent telethon last week, the foundation has raised over $1 million and has been able to donate over $9 million to hospitals across the country since 2001. I have been lucky enough to hear the countless stories of how my mom has influenced curlers from the highest of levels to locals at the rink. And one thing I have learned about my mom through these stories shared by friends, family, and fans is there are countless ways to be a champion curler in your community. It isn't just about winning on the ice, but representing who you are and sharing the love of curling with those around you.
And the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has been helping babies born too soon, too small, or too sick since 2001. To date, the foundation has raised more than $9 million, and you can head to sandraschmirler.org to donate yourself. Well, the Girls Rock program is trying to produce the next Sandra Schmirler, a program designed to help young girls get involved in curling from a young age and develop a love for curling. The benefits go far beyond just the sport. They're endless.
When it comes to women's sports, 2023 should go down as a record-breaking year for breaking records. Women's soccer continues to experience peak popularity in Canada. The WNBA's first game in Canada sold out Scotiabank Arena in Toronto in a matter of hours. 30,000 more fans attended a women's volleyball game at the University of Nebraska than this year's Super Bowl. And the Professional Women's Hockey League has smashed women's hockey attendance records game after game.
The fans to their feet inside Scotiabank Arena. 19,285 of them cheering loud and proud. Pro women's hockey is here.
Even with the record-breaking progress, it's still a challenge to get young women involved in sport. According to a study by the organization Canadian Women in Sport, 1 in 3 girls leave sport in adolescence, compared to 1 in 10 boys. And as many as 62% of Canadian girls aren't participating in any kind of sport. That's where Curling Canada 2010 Olympic silver medalist Corey Morris and 7-time Scotties participant Elaine Dagg-Jackson come in. As part of Curling Canada's Women in Curling Leaders Circle, they help lead Girls Rock, a clinic to introduce 9 to 16-year-old girls to curling.
So this program is all about making sure that every girl that comes into this building to see us today feels like this is a warm and welcoming place, that curling is a place for everyone, for young women, for women from every walk of life, all girls of all ages. And we want to provide that environment of, you don't need to be good at this, we just want you to come and try it.
The female-led program made its debut in 2022 and has proven to be wildly successful. Last week in Calgary, demand was more than double the 68 available spots. And for the first time, the Girls Rock program is being offered nationally, with clinics all across the country.
I think that our hope is to really instill some good values in the girls when they come here. So the technical skills is one small part of the program, but we hope just by showing up in the room today, they've realized that they're courageous, they've shown curiosity, and so hopefully those are values and some achievements that they can tick off and go, okay, I can do this. And it's not just curling, it shouldn't stop at curling, I can apply this to anything in life.
And what do the girls think?
Love it. Girls Rock, a fantastic program, hopefully leading to a lifelong love of the game. Meanwhile, we're just getting warmed up here on Curling Day in Canada. We've got plenty more to come from Melfort, Saskatchewan after the break.
I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are on I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are on treaty land, referred to as Treaty 6 territory, and that the City of Melfort and all the people here are beneficiaries of this treaty. Treaty 6 encompasses the lands of the Cree, Dakota, Nakota, Saulteaux, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. We are dedicated to ensuring that the spirit of truth and reconciliation and Treaty 6 is honored and respected. This acknowledgement also reaffirms our relationship with one another, and we are committed to move forward in partnership with Indigenous nations in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Thank you.
Well, like any sport, you really only have to try for the first time to fall in love with it. And Rocks and Rings and the Alberta Health Consortium are working to give First Nations children the chance to experience, enjoy, and perhaps fall in love with the sport of curling.
About an hour east of Calgary, just off the Trans-Canada Highway, lies the Siksika First Nations community. Hockey and basketball are the most popular sports here, but what about curling?
It just looked a bit strange at first.
Egg Farmers Rocks and Rings, presented by Curling Canada and First Nations Health Consortium, are trying to change that. Introducing curling to First Nations communities across Alberta, the program provides all the necessary equipment to the community, including the floor curl equipment, program materials, and pusher sticks, to be inclusive for participants of all abilities. For many of the Siksika children, through this program, this was the first time they'd seen or even held a curling stone.
It just kind of felt really good to just find something new to do.
I enjoy it because I could knock his rocks out.
Being able to run it in a gymnasium like this, we're not out in a rink on the ice, right? So it's a great way for people to get some exposure to a sport that they might not have had otherwise.
Now in 13 communities across Alberta, one of the program's goals is to further improve the physical, mental, and emotional well-being for First Nations communities.
One of the biggest things in First Nations communities is isolation, and Siksika being the second largest nation in Canada, with the chance to actually play an activity with their family, I believe will support the whole household in that. Mental health, just getting out of the house, socializing, having fun, laughing.
You just get to hang out with your friends and have fun with it, and well, you just get to make good relationships with people you don't know.
This was like way more fun than just like laying around my house and just. I would prefer do this more than stay at my house. I really enjoyed this today.
Key to the success of the program is how accessible the sport is. Regardless of age or ability, everyone can join in.
What this program means to the residents or the First Nation members is it's actually a chance for them to participate in a program where the whole family can participate. You know, it transcends generations. Grandparents can play with grandkids and enjoy the sport of curling. You know, learn something new.
I just think it's a great opportunity for some inclusivity and accessibility for the people in the nation to have another option or variety of activities to do.
I see my kids are getting better at this, and I'm learning too. They're teaching me how to play, right? And it's not just them. They're all like teaching each other too, like giving each other pointers, and I like that. You know, it's not like a competitive thing. They like to help each other, and we're all into this, right? And I'm into this. Like it's fun. I can't wait for future times when we have like tournaments and stuff. I'm looking forward to that.
Welcome to Melfort.
Well, we'll have more from Curling Day in Canada. In fact, when we come back, we're going to introduce you to the most popular man in Melfort, Saskatchewan. Well, this was last night here in Melfort. We got to take part in a fun spiel, and it was great to be back on the ice. And so was Britt. She was my teammate there. The great event was put on by Burgo Industries, a local company. One of the largest employers in the area. Burgo Industries was the largest donor towards the Melfort Curling Club Revitalization Project campaign. Well, also in Melfort, I got to meet a local celebrity, and that's Danny Fidelic. He has been with Special Olympics Saskatchewan for 15 years, and he is one amazing curler. Here is Danny's story.
My name is Daniel Fidelic. I live in Melfort, Saskatchewan. I was born and raised here. I curl and I bowl during the winter, and I go to hockey games, and I just work. I born on a farm, so I just west of Melfort, so I kind of do all that stuff and work around town. I've been curling for since I was about 7 years old. Oh, I just like it. I was born and raised, and I just love it. I curl like 4 or 5 games a week, so I curl lots. I like it, and it exercise, and you meet to go to new places and stuff like that, and see different areas. I'm off to Calgary on Sunday for national games. This is my 5th one. My 3rd is Scott Earl. My 2nd is Mitchell Moore. My lead is Ronnie Mitchell, and my alternate is Isabel Senecal. I like fun, and I meet new people, meet new stuff, and I kind of help out the teams every once in a while, just to help out.
And the city of Melfort has really embraced and rallied around this team. Earlier today, they got a special send-off. They were piped in, and the team from Melfort beat out 9 other teams to represent Saskatchewan at the Special Olympics Winter Games starting next week in Calgary. And get this, in their final game, they were tied going into the final end, but they managed to steal 4. What a return. Congrats to the team, and good luck to Calgary. So many great stories here in Melfort, and here's a guy whose company is really responsible, or certainly in a large way, of making Curling Day in Canada possible here. And Yvonne Guillen, the CEO of PharmaSave, presenting sponsor of Curling Day in Canada. Welcome. Thank you for being here and taking the time. And I guess the obvious first question I want to ask you is, why did you want to get involved with curling and Curling Day in Canada?
Well, first of all, let me say thank you for having me. I'm so excited. It's such a fantastic event. So having a great day so far. But now to answer your question, Bob, I think there are 2 main reasons why we felt this was a perfect fit for PharmaSave. The first one is because we feel that curling is perfectly aligned with the mission of PharmaSave of making Canadians' lives healthier through sport and wellness. And then I think the second one, which I think it's quite important, is because curling is truly a grassroots community event. It's a true social experience. It cuts across all ages, all demographics, and therefore it challenges everyone that participates to stay actively healthy and have fun. And our owners felt it was a perfect fit. So I don't know how much you know about PharmaSave, Bob, but it's a co-op of 900 independently owned and operated pharmacies all across Canada. So all of our owners are deeply connected to their communities, and therefore this is a way for us to give back and make sure that we are returning what those communities that we serve are giving us.
900 stores, I know, are locations across Canada, and I think that's almost probably about how many curling clubs there are. There's probably a PharmaSave and a curling club in every city, town, and village in this country that of a somewhat size. But for you personally, what have you seen here this week that's kind of caught your eye and made you think, yeah, we made the right move here?
Well, I think it's the excitement in the community. I was, as you can imagine, I was at our Melfort store this morning. The entire team there is doing an amazing job. The store has lots of Curling Canada promotions and trying to raise awareness for the event. But everyone is talking about Curling Day in Canada here. It's so exciting to see all the families, kids having fun. So altogether, we feel it's a perfect way for us to show our commitment to communities across the entire country.
All right, well, curlers from across the country are continuing to post their Curling Day in Canada photos and videos to social media. Look at some of these. These are brilliant. Please keep joining in on the celebration. Use the hashtag Curling Day in Canada. And there's lots more ahead coming up here as we return to Melfort after this.
Welcome back to Curling Day in Canada. And when you think about the sounds of curling, what comes to mind? Is it someone yelling, "Hurry hard," or the hit of curling stones? Well, how about if I asked you to think about what the typical curler looks like? What do you envision? Dimitri Jean-Paul is showing that representation matters, and in more ways than one, breaking down barriers for generations to come. Claire Hanna has more.
Dimitri Jean-Paul isn't like other curlers. He's a member of the BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, and People of Color community, and also happens to be deaf.
That was fun. It was. I really enjoyed it.
Growing up, curling wasn't a sport Dimitri played or even knew about. It wasn't until one day when he was flipping TV channels that he saw the Briar. He was fascinated by the game's strategy and intricacies. He was also hooked.
Well, I used to watch it on TV on the sports channel, and I never see anybody of color, anyone black. So in the future, that's my dream. I want to see more people from the community out there and playing and grow Black athletes in the sport for the future and for it to be passed on to the younger generation.
Dimitri curls about 4 times a week, playing on both hearing and deaf teams. It has its challenges. When playing with his hearing teammates, instead of yelling "hurry hard," Dimitri relies on hand signals to communicate with his teammates.
So we'd have to set up hand signs like sweep, for example, halt if you want somebody to be off the broom. If you want them to do one shot, you do this, or on or off the ice, take your broom on or off.
Getting other members of the BIPOC and people with disabilities community involved in curling has its obstacles, but Dimitri sees it as a challenge, inviting underrepresented communities into the sport of curling.
Well, when I see a barrier, I don't look at it that way. I feel good. I look at it as a challenge. And I look at the actions. And if I see something that I don't like, then I share my opinion so that that person will learn. And especially if the person is open-minded, then I know you can break down those barriers.
One of the first steps in breaking down barriers is inclusion. Dimitri wants to lead the way by introducing members of the BIPOC community and people with disabilities to curling.
You invite them out to the experience. Get them to be involved. So, for example, any event that you go to, give your friends a call, give your family a call.
Representation also matters, and one of Dimitri's goals within the sport of curling is to be a role model for new curlers learning the sport.
I'd like to be able to teach diversity to hearing and the deaf community. Curling to all. And I want people to know that if I can do it, they can do it. And I want people to learn for that. And I think it's really important to be open-minded and to show. That's what's gotten me involved and brought me on my journey. And so I want to be able to do that as well.
Next up on the calendar for Dimitri are tryouts for Team Canada as he hopes to represent the Maple Leaf at the Deaf Olympics. Dimitri also has aspirations of going to the Brier with Team Ontario. But until then, his main focus is to get as many people with disabilities and people of color onto the pebbled ice. Claire Hanna, TSN, Ottawa.
All right, alongside Pat Simmons, a legend in the game of curling, who's teaching others to fall in love with the sport. Pat, tell us a little bit about why you're here today.
You know what, just Curling Day in Canada is just a great initiative, obviously. It's a sport that has so much to offer and so much to give back, and such a great sport, whether you're recreational, competitive, all of the above. You know, there's so many life lessons and just great opportunities and great fun. So yeah, I just want as many of the kids, the youth, to take it up as possible.
How exciting is it for you to introduce these young athletes to the sport, especially in your home province?
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. Just love it. These camps, these days are just fantastic, and you know, everyone has fun and so many smiling faces, and then get to keep seeing them year after year at different things, which is just great, right? So you know, it's lots of fun, just as much fun for me as them.
Well, there was a lot of knowledge given to the athletes today, including these two who took part in it. Tell me about what you enjoyed.
It was all really good. We went through everything real kind of basic, which is always good. Sometimes I get into bad habits. It's good to go back and make sure I'm doing it right.
And same for you. What did you enjoy about it?
I really liked relearning the basics and finding things you can improve on.
And from your perspective, Pat, you know, what's important for young athletes trying out in this sport?
Just to have fun first and foremost, to enjoy it, have fun, and you know, find kind of the path they want to take, whether it's, again, just kind of a fun sport recreationally, or if they want to get more competitive and you know, enjoy it with your teammates and get the whole family involved.
Well, thanks so much, and happy Curling Day in Canada to all of you. Well, I probably could have used Pat last night when you forced me out of my curling retirement. I had to throw a couple of rocks. I'm not sure if you saw. They weren't as good as Bob's. You were also rocking that sweater last night when you were curling. We have some great Curling Day in Canada swag here that they have given us.
They have. It's beautiful colors. You got the gray, I got the blue. It's not just clothing. Look, you can get mugs and everything.
Yes.
There's lots of it, and it's going to a good cause, Lindsay. And look at you. You even got the lid on.
Yeah. I even have my toque, Bob. I think this is the first time I've ever worn a toque in studio, but I have to say it is cozy, it is comfy. I'm happy you two are indoors this year staying warm because, Bob, I know it was chilly last year for you, so stay warm in that sweater. And hey, for everyone watching, you can also purchase these sharp-looking sweaters yourself through Curling Canada. 100% of proceeds support youth curling programs across our country. And you can go to curlingdayincanada.ca and check out all the stylish Curling Day in Canada merch. It is very comfortable. I'll give it an A+. All right. Meanwhile, we'll play more from Melfort, Saskatchewan coming up after the break, including one of the wildest bonspiels we've ever seen. That's coming up next.
Hi, I'm Giselle Lullaby, one of the Queen of Canada.
Stick curling is growing in popularity amongst the sport, allowing curlers an alternative method to the traditional slide, with competitive events taking place for those who participate using a stick. It allows curlers the ability to prolong their participation in the sport. Many will transition to using a stick following an injury or their flexibility is reduced, and the delivery stick is essential for wheelchair curlers. It serves as an innovative way to introduce players to curling.
Fantastic. The more the merrier. Now, as we've mentioned today, of course, is all about celebrating the sport of curling. And Bob, on the topic of celebrations, the Oakville Curling Club, they put on a party to remember last September.
They did, and it's what happens when you put on a 2SL GBTQ1 plus bonspiel, and it turns in to the biggest bonspiel and the biggest party of the year. And that's what happened when Scott Cook and Aaron Flowers decided to do something at the Oakville Curling Club.
Curling is a place for everyone. An individual's journey into curling begins with community clubs. As such, Oakville Curling Club members Scott Cook and Aaron Flowers wanted to give back.
We had a lot of community members, LGBTQ, but we had allies come as well, and so they came to the club. And I think, you know, the consensus was that they felt super safe here. The environment that we put on made them feel comfortable to come in and be themselves in, you know, a spot that maybe isn't always, you know, as inclusive.
The event was a hit, with about 100 people showing up and showing their support. And the support is crucial, so the clubs are able to create environments where people feel welcome and enjoy their experience, not only from the 2SL GBTQI+ community, but from all walks of life.
It was exciting to see the response. I knew that having it in our own backyard, my community, I think there's a real craving for a lot of marginalized communities to belong in spaces that we often just become very comfortable in. When I say we, I think as a white woman who curls, I often don't see the barriers to other communities when it comes to curling. So I think for me, it was exciting to have something that I knew was going to be a safe space for someone to come and join for one day of their lives in curling.
But it wasn't just local curlers who showed up.
Hi, I'm Giselle Lullaby, one of the Queen of Canada. Yeah, I'm a drag queen for the last 15 years, and yes, this is who I am. I know how hard it is to do something that is out of our comfort zone, but I love when people stick together and just do whatever they want. So I just think it's always fun to have a community, and discovering new community is the best, and they are an amazing community of people that love each other and enjoy the art of the sport too. So it's really fun.
We want to do entertainment. We want to do entertainment in an LGBTQ way, and I think, you know, when you think LGBTQ entertainment, you think drag queens. And so we just had this idea to like reach out to the winner of Canada's Drag Race.
Joining Giselle Lullaby was 3-time Scotties winner Emma Miskew.
Not everyone feels comfortable asking questions on what they can do to make a difference and what steps they can take to make their space more inclusive. I think that's the first step is, and whatever your home club is, just asking those questions, like how can we make our club more inclusive and more welcoming?
The hope is that there can be more events like this, more inclusivity, more acceptance among not just the curling community, but everywhere. It doesn't matter who you are or how you identify, curling should be for everybody.
We changed the whole club to an atmosphere that would create safety amongst the community. And I learned a lot from how we, as a sporting organization, when we do put gender specifics on how we organize leagues, it can become a barrier very quickly to people. And curling has such an opportunity to become a real place of safety and belonging in sport.
Well, that sounds like a fun bonspiel. Meanwhile, let's check in one final time to see everyone across Canada's Curling Day in Canada social media posts. There's some terrific costumes. The celebration will be going on all day, so keep uploading those photos and videos. A reminder, the hashtag is Curling Day in Canada. Love to see people celebrating coast to coast. And we're not done yet. Much more from Curling Day in Canada, brought to you by PharmaSafe. Coming up. Welcome back. Well, we want to remind you one final time to head to curlingdayincanada.ca to vote for your favorite curling story. As we've mentioned throughout the show, you have until 11:59 Eastern tonight to vote. The winner gets a trip to the 2025 Brier, and curling clubs across the country. Do not miss your chance to join Canada's big shootout for an opportunity to win a $5,000 grant for your facility. You can find all the details available at curlingdayincanada.ca. And before we go, we have to give a final shout out to last year's $5,000 grant winner, the Corner Brook Curling Club. Congratulations, Corner Brook. Well, on that note, that is a wrap on another fantastic curling day in Canada. Bob, Britt, thanks so much for joining the fun from Melfort. Was there a highlight of your day?
You know what? I think the highlight's been the whole weekend, because this community has been nothing but welcoming to us. We've had so many experiences with all of the locals, so just being able to embrace all that Saskatchewan is and their love for curling has been the highlight, and maybe this guy.
I always thought I'd be near to the Brier tankard, but I didn't think it would be quite under these circumstances. Oh well.
What I really want to see is you two try and hoist that tankard up. But I love that you have the gear on, and a reminder to everyone at home, you can get your own Curling Day in Canada merchandise. Head on over to curlingdayincanada.ca. 100% of proceeds support curling youth programs across our country. That's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Melfort, Saskatchewan for being such fantastic hosts. Thanks Britt Dort and Bob Weeks, to PharmaSave for Curling Canada, and of course our entire production crew. And to all of those who support the love of curling in Canada, I'm Lindsay Hamilton. Happy Curling Day in Canada.